This is a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports. It's time for the 2021 Boys State Hockey Tournament. Boys State Hockey is brought to you by First National Bank, Envirotech, Taco John's, and Zander Auto Parts. And also by Fisher Rounds, Kubota, Dakota Land, The Clubhouse and Pier, Weatherall, and Hermanson Endodontics. Boys State Hockey Tournament coverage is also brought to you by Oahe Federal Credit Union, Fastenal, Tickled Pink, The Shields Iceplex, Midwest Hockey TV, and Grey Goose Store and Social Club. State Tournament hockey coverage is also brought to you by Leisure Palace Pools and Spa, Reliabank, Pelican Power Sports, Pizza Ranch, and Sunmasters. And now with the call of the action, here's Jeff Anderson, Jim Lloyd, and John Winkler.
And a game with 366 days in the making. The first state championship since 2019 as the Rushmore Thunder take on the Brookings Rangers. The last time that there was a state championship was played at the Expo Center in Fort Pierre when the Sioux Falls Flyers knocked off the Rushmore Thunder for the state championship. The year prior, the Rushmore Thunder knocked off the Sioux Falls Flyers in overtime for the state championship. Here today, we got the team that won back in 2017, and that was the Brookings Rangers against the 2018 winner and the Rushmore Thunder for the state championship. John Winkler alongside Jim Lloyd and Jeff Anderson on Capital City Rock on 1480 KSDR, on KBRK in Brookings as we welcome those in, and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. Guys, this should be a fantastic game. These two teams split late in the regular season, and it's a rubber match. And by the way, if you win it, you're a state champion.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming since we had a state championship in hockey. Of course, last year we all went home early, and we missed out on one of the best games of the year, of the entire season. And this one, I think, may be the best one that we're going to see. Both of these teams are state champions, but today we can only give it to one. They've earned it. They've kind of displaced everybody they've played for the most part from time to time, and only one team's going to walk away with it today. Either one of these teams would be a good state champion.
And Jeff, you know, we've seen two really good games to start this day, but I don't know if this one would have been topped by the other two games. This one is shaping up to be the best of the entire tournament.
Well, on paper, it looks like it should be the best one on the tournament, and you never know. Sometimes I've seen over the years where you look at a game like this and you go, this should be a fantastic game. Turns out to be kind of one-sided. So you're never quite sure. But on paper, it looks like it should be. What is interesting, I think, a little bit with these two teams is we saw it last night with Sioux Falls. They tried to be quite physical with Brookings, and for a while I think that worked. And I think that Rushmore will be quite physical with Brookings also. They probably have the people they can do it with, and I think that's the best way to slow down this team and kind of get them a little bit out of rhythm.
Yeah, you know, and this Rushmore team has the depth to do it.
Yeah,
they have the absolute depth to play with this Brookings team. Brookings has the depth to play with the Rushmore team, to the point of Brookings and Hawaii Capitals are probably the two teams that have the best opportunity of playing with Rushmore in terms of their depth. But Rushmore is probably the deepest team in the entire state.
Yeah.
That's including this Brookings team that is deep, but Rushmore is just a little bit deeper.
Well, and just because you're deep doesn't mean you can't play. You need to play smart hockey. And when you get to a game like this magnitude, you can't be in the penalty box too much and give that other team the odd man opportunity, so to speak, odd man rushes, things like that. But give them a 6-5 or whatever it is, 5-4 advantage, 5-3, whatever. You really need to play smart hockey and put the emotions away here, so to speak, and play your game, but play smart hockey.
Yeah, you're right. You know, Brookings is opportunistic.
Yes.
You can't give them opportunities because they'll bury you. We've seen it happen all day long, and they're going to keep their foot on the gas pedal this entire game.
They make you work for everything you get.
You bet. And they're a big team, and they skate, and they're all good shooters. The entire team can shoot the puck with great accuracy.
Yeah.
Well, in what we saw with Sioux Falls last night, with Brookings, there's so many good players you can't focus on one, but Sioux Falls was well aware of where Max Jeldon was all times on the ice.
Well, and I can guarantee that that discussion has come up in the Rushmore locker room too. He's the guy that makes that Brookings team go. He's a leading scorer in the state and has been for most of the entire year. And if you can slow him down, you're going to slow down the Brookings Rangers just a little bit. But he has a shot and a way of getting a shot off that there's a reason why he is the leading scorer in the state. His shot looks different than everybody else's. It's a little quicker. It slides off his stick a little different, and it fools a lot of people, and he's been doing it all year.
Yeah, well, and the other thing is that Brookings makes you work for everything you get.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're exactly right. As these two teams, how they got here, Rushmore won 8-1 to start day one, all the way back on Friday. It doesn't feel like it was a long time ago, but it was a long time ago. All the way back on 9:05 on Friday, they went 8-1, and then Brookings beat Watertown 7-0 in the first round. Rushmore won in double overtime, which might give an advantage to Brookings because of that double overtime game last night, where Rushmore won 5-4 over the Hawaii Capitals, and then Brookings shut out Sioux Falls 3-0. So Brookings is coming in here without giving up a goal this entire state tournament, and it's been some time since the team has scored on them, and that might be something for Rushmore. Let's get an early goal and make them play either from behind or at least haven't given up a goal.
Well, and if you go back to the season-ending game, they got a shutout in that. They've had 3 shutouts in a row now, as far as that's concerned.
Neither one of these teams have played a lot from behind.
No.
1 goal, maybe 2 goals at the most, but none of these teams have played from behind. I don't even know if either one of them can. We don't know what that looks like.
So we are here for the state championship between the Brookings Rangers and the Rushmore Thunder. We step aside, we come back and have starting lineups, puck drop, all the ceremonies that lead up to the state championship game between the Brookings Rangers and the Rushmore Thunder. You're listening to the state championship on Capital City Rock, on the 1480 KSDR, on KBRK, and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. Hello, hockey fans. First National Bank is excited to sponsor the 2021 Varsity Hockey State Tournament. Good luck to all the talented players, and a special shout out to our hometown team, the Hawaii Capitals. At First National Bank, we're always on your team and ready with the assist to reach your financial goals. Check us out at firstnationalbanks.com or at First National BNK on Facebook. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
The frigid air of winter and the blistering heat of summer can really put a dent into your pocketbook. The gang at Weatherall Roofing and Insulation in Pierce say, just foam it. Saving money on your energy bills is what it's all about with Weatherall Roofing and Insulation. Let Weatherall Roofing and Insulation help you save money with their custom spray foam or blow-in fiberglass insulation. Call 224-7982 for a free estimate. And remember, just foam it.
Drop that puck! Drop that puck! Drop that puck! Hey, hockey fans, before or after the game, come on out to Grey Goose Store and Social Club. Dine in, carry out, stop by for refreshments, fill up your tank with quality fuel. We've got it all at Grey Goose Store and Social Club, just off of Grey Goose Road, behind the red line of the capital city. Go Capitals! When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories. When you're looking for quality trash pickup services, look no further than Envirotech. 6 days a week, their trucks are on the road picking up trash, even holidays. They're also the place to contact for recycling services. Their friendly, professional staff is ready to assist with weekly pickups or even special pickups. Check out the website at envirotechwaste.com. Envirotech is locally operated. Call 224-4804. Envirotech Waste Services in Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
We are back here at the Denny Sanford Premier Center. Both teams are about to make their way out to the ice for the state championship game. And hopefully for both these teams, you hope that the nerves kind of went away on the warm-ups. You got the chance to see everything, and hopefully everybody kind of maybe took it a little bit, all those players took a little bit to look around, look at the Denny Sanford Premier Center, enjoy the moment that they're in, because if you sit there and start looking around somewhere else during the game, you're not going to win this hockey game.
Yeah, we mentioned Brookings earlier. They've had 10 shutouts this year, 3 in a row, but 10 shutouts, which is pretty impressive. And of course, Brecker has had 6 of those. And oddly enough, for Rapid City, they have not had a shutout yet this year.
That's interesting stat because Brookings are going to put it on DeVries today, I'm sure.
And you say that without having any shutouts, but his goals against average for Brady DeVries is 1.50.
Yeah.
That tells you he doesn't get a shutout, but they don't allow a whole lot of goals.
But you also don't score. Yep.
Yeah, you're right. And then, of course, you get down to Brecker for Brookings, and his goals against average, if you will, is 1.05. So if you look at it, these two teams, it should be about a 1-0, 2-1 game.
It should be.
Should be.
Yeah.
I'm going to bet against it.
I would have bet against it also.
As both teams have made their way out to the ice, we will throw it down to the PA here in just a moment for the introduction of the starting lineup. I don't know if we'll have the national anthem or not.
Today's championship game features the Rushmore Thunder. Taking on the home team on the scoreboard, the Brookings Rangers. Let's meet the starting lineups. First for Rushmore. Starting goal, 0-0. Brady DeVries. Focus for Rushmore, Robert Hodge, Christopher Dietrich, and Richard Novak. And now the starters for the Brookings Rangers. In goal number 39, Kate Brecker. Number 5, Ashton Liddy. Number 6, Jameson Bonham. Number 19, Ike Johnson. Number 20, Tyler Richter. And number 21, Brock Kershaw. Rangers coaches are Justin Kirkhaven, Tommy Hogwood, Aaron Carswell, and Cody Hancock. Your officials for today's game, as assigned by the South Dakota Hockey Association. Referees are Jared Sterrett and Brian Harris. And your linesmen are Matt Stray and Adam Koenig. And now, ladies and gentlemen, will you please stand? As the colors are presented by the South Dakota Air National Guard. A reminder, please remain standing until the colors are set to retire. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Please remain standing against the flag as Ms. Corey Duke sings the national anthem. Please remain standing until the call is time. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Ms. Corey Duke and the South Dakota International Guard. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce and welcome Sioux Falls Mayor Paul Tenhagen, who'd like to say a few words and then we'll have a ceremonial pump drop. So if our candidates could please make their way over, we'll get back to taking care of our ceremony. With that, Paul.
All right. Hey, everybody, welcome to the championship game at South Dakota International Hockey. Thanks for bringing your event to Sioux Falls. If the hockey and anything as good as the hairstyles that just saw, this could be a good game. So, was it? Yeah, some great moments. All right, but in all seriousness, I'm going to thank the Stampede staff, thank the Warrior Center staff. I give them a round of applause. Thank the Center staff. All right, up to Rapid City, Brookings. Good luck with the sportsmanship, all fans. Drive safe, and let us know right now. Drive safe, have a good game. Good luck, guys.
All right, we got captains over here in front of the mayor. Well, ceremonial pump drop. Captains, please head on over. All right, Mayor, go ahead. And drop that ball. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Paul Tenhagen.
So festivities are out of the way. National anthem, great national anthem. All weekend long, it's been great. But now it's time to play hockey. Now it's time for the championship. Brookings Rangers, Rushmore Thunder. I'm looking forward to it.
Nice to see Paul Tenhagen here, the mayor of Sioux Falls. I think that says a lot about hockey.
Absolutely. He's serving a penalty right now, too. He's in the penalty box. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Mayor. I'm just kidding.
It's our 22nd game in 2 weekends.
22nd game in 2 weekends.
And everything we've done leads up to this one.
This is it.
They say these are the best two teams in the state right now in boys varsity hockey. These guys have earned a right to be here. And this one is bound to be a good hockey game.
17 minutes are on the clock. The Brookings Rangers Rushmore Thunder for the state championship of 2021. And we're underway as a faceoff will be taken by Ike Johnson for the Brookings Rangers. Jameson Honkout plays it up for Talon Richter, and it'll be around for Seth Stock. We'll see how quickly that first shot comes on net. There's a shot that gets blocked. Not a shot on goal quite yet. And then it's going to be kept in the zone by Ashton Whitty, but then punched out by Al Kumke for the Rushmore Thunder, and it goes down for a quick icing 22 seconds in. And that's how it's definitely got to start. Get all that hype, and you get 22 seconds in, you get an icing.
Everybody's going to get another shift change here. So the first two lines are going to all see the ice here within less than a minute.
As the faceoff will be won by the Rangers. Jameson Honkop will play it around. Just past the stick of Zach Struck. And it'll be back for now Seth Stock. And Seth Stock with a big Let's Go Rangers chant. Their student section is piled up over there on the far side on the goal next to where the Brookings is defending. Ryan Hipsag has it in his own end. He'll pass it across now as he'll be back in and dumped in the zone. That one came from number 11, Tyson Dunbar. And around the boards it'll go, and Brookings will escape to the neutral zone. As coming in is going to be Struck. His shot goes well wide, missed by a couple of feet of DeVries. Back to the blue line, held in by Alec Rice. Behind the net, it's going to be taken away by the Rushmore Thunder. And back into the neutral zone they go. Pass for Ryan Hipsag, just a little bit too far for him. And then he's upended as he was trying to run into one of the Brookings Rangers players. And then it's flipped over the head of Jacob Drew and goes down for an icing with 15:38 to go. No shots quite yet, Jeff.
They're just kind of feeling each other out here a little bit and getting used to this entire facility and the ice.
Faceoff will come to the right of Brady DeVries. 15:38 to go here in the first period. It's taken by the Rangers, but then picked up by the Rushmore Thunder. As he's to be played by Talon Richter. Seth Stock will go eliminate him on the boards, and then grabbed by the Thunder again from their own end. A pass came from Alexander Dietrich. It misses both guys. Miles Retzer will be the first one to get to it for Rushmore. He played it into the near side corner where the Brookings Rangers will take over. From their own end, can't get it out of the zone. That's going to be held in by Hayden Holick. And then Talon Richter will go across. Tyson Dunbar throws it back in, goes on net. I don't think that's going to be, well, they're going to count as a shot on goal, so anticlimactic first shot on goal. There's one that goes wide of Brecker, but he gloves it down. That better not be counted as a shot on goal, as that would be played across. Well, see a good first shot on goal. Here's a chance for Jeldon, for Struck, but he wins the race. There is no icing. He'll get to it first behind the net. Be flipped up. Not out of the zone. Here's Struck, pass to the slot. There's a chance that goes just wide of DeVries. It'll be back for Bortnam. Played around the boards to the far side. Over in the corner, played back out. Jeldon was trying to seal off his man, and now a 2-on-1 coming here for Cale Delzer. Delzer is in with a shot, and that one goes wide. Played back around and all the way back in the Rushmore end. Tights there, Duncan Chisholm will play it across. And now Kumke off of his stick, but he was still on the wrong side of the red line. So we get our third icing of the first period with 14:15 to go. Only one shot on goal so far, and that came from the red line.
Yep.
That wasn't much of a shot.
We'll get one here eventually, John.
We've seen a couple close ones make their way towards the net, but nothing on net besides that one. That came from center ice. Face off to the left of DeVries. It'll be won by the Rangers again. That shot, that one might have been off the blocker of DeVries. And then out of the zone by the Rushmore Thunder, and then thrown back around. It'll be played back, this one by number 9, Caleb Merchant. In the middle of the ice, a good pass from Zeke Farley over for Mason Martin. He'll throw it in, and it goes wide of the net, but played back for Carson Ritter. And then played back around and off the skates of Parker Brandon. The fourth line is out there for the Rushmore Thunder. As there's a shot, that one might have hit the crossbar, bounces up, Ashton Whitty. He couldn't get the bouncing puck to go. Brady DeVries had no idea where that puck was going to land, and he's thankful that Ashton Whitty didn't get a shot. Pass comes forward over for Talon Richter. And then it'll be played around for Owen Schneider. And Schneider gets tangled up in the boards on the far side, where Schneider looks to take the puck, but it will be over by Brody Powers. I don't think we've seen Max Jeldon come out here on the ice quite yet.
He has been out there.
Okay, as it will be Zeke Farley that brings it in. His pass is intercepted, and here coming the other way, was starting to come the other way, was Wes Koenig. That one will be thrown from the red line in, and there's the first shot on goal for Brookings. So both teams have a shot on goal that's come from the blue line. Owen Schneider has it behind the net. But it's picked up by the Rushmore Thunder, flipped to the boards, and then checked out the boards. And coming the other way, here comes the Rushmore Thunder. A pass across for Hipsack, a backhander. And he tried to stuff it in, and it goes all the way through the line, but it doesn't go in. Here's a shot off the side of the nets. That one came from Alexander Dietrich. Comes in front, and then
How
the
did
puck
that
will
puck
come.
not go in?
Yeah.
The net comes off its moorings. That one slid all the way across the red line and never went through.
Parallel to the red line from post to post.
That's how close we were to having our first goal this hockey game. And only one shot on goal still for the Rushmore Thunder.
Rushmore was there. All they had to do is touch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just tap it in. Just redirect it, tap it in. As that shot from Tyson Dunbar goes behind the way. I was going to make a Happy Gilmore reference, but that's already passed. Tyson Dunbar has it over. His pass played up forward for that's Hayden Holick. And they'll come back to the blue line. Dunbar again will hold the zone. And now it's Ike Johnson. And Ike Johnson will play it off the boards and out for Struck. And here is Struck leaning it over for Logan Bortnum. There's Jeldon on the ice. Pass coming towards Jeldon, but too far away from him. From the high slot, carrying in was Struck. Excuse me, that was Ike Johnson. And then back behind the net. Bortnum shoved off the puck. And it's played around the boards. Over from Miles Retzer. 11:52 to go here in the first period as Rushmore Thunder sets stock. We've seen him take a couple more breaks off the ice. The Rushmore Thunder are close to having too many men on the ice. And it's back now at the neutral zone and in the zone here by Talon Richter for the Brookings Rangers. Max Struck, excuse me, that's Tyson Dunbar. He'll lose the puck to Talon Richter and then taken away again by Martin. But then it will be left free in the corner, then off the boards. And then it was tipped by the stick of Mason Martin into the Rushmore bench for a whistle with 11:22 to go here in the first period. The faceoff will be in the Rushmore end.
Both teams early on here playing everybody.
Yeah.
And that's good.
Yep.
Especially for Rushmore here, too, because they played a double overtime game last night. And there's a couple guys, Seth Stock specifically, who barely left the ice at all in that third and overtime period. Coming in 2-on-1. Jeldon with a shot and a save made by DeVries. He lost the puck, but the referee blew the play dead. And we get a whistle with 11:11 to go.
So Jeldon gets the first one on net for him.
Carter Scholes might have been thinking if he's watching that game, where was that blown play dead when I thought I had the puck earlier when Sioux Falls 2 took the lead. Well, guys get a head start. Are we going to kick both guys out or just one? Nope, we're going to reset. Everybody stays in. And then the faceoff is won by the Rushmore Thunder as it comes to center ice. Back in, Duncan Chisholm will glove it down, and Chisholm will pass it across for Ryan Hipsack. And now carrying it in is Hunter Wallop. And Wallop will try and go wide. His backhander towards the net goes through the blue paint and back the other way. As Seth Stock will step up. Excuse me, that's Caleb Merchant. And now taken by the Thunder again. They had a chance to get one across, but it was never on the stick of Alec Kumke. And then Duncan Chisholm. That puck is at the feet of a bunch of players. And then Hipsack took a check from his own teammate, Duncan Chisholm, as he was trying to check Ashton Whitty. Rushmore Thunder. That's a good back check there by the Rangers as they steal the puck away. And coming in the zone onside is Breck Hershoff. Hershoff from the tough angle comes in front, is loose in front. The Rangers, the Thunder are able to get it away. There's a shot that gets blocked down. Ashton Whitty has it. He's trying to get free. That shot goes wide, and he goes to the far side, or excuse me, the near side. A couple players hit the boards and fall the ice. Ryan Hipsack and Talon Richter. There's a shot that goes high over Brady DeVries. Jameson Honkob will hold the zone. He'll try and throw it around, but it's knocked down and played forward by Alexander Petrato. And Petrato will carry it in. Petrato with a shot and a save made by Brecker. One of the first shots that is the first shot that Rushmore has had on goal that came inside the blue line. 5 players will battle for it. Talon Richter hit the ice, but he gets back up, and Petrato will flip it over to the far side in front of the Brookings Rangers bench where they're trying to make a change. And Jameson Honkamp, his pass gets blocked down by Holick. And now Honkamp again, he'll flip it over the stick of Retzer. And then Retzer had another pass go over the top of his stick. And it'll be played back around. Grady Olson will play it over across for Seth Stock. Stock will then play it in the empty spot, but then it's thrown back in. It's teed up by DeVries. Stock will come around, and it's played back up to the blue line for Alec Rice. A couple players will battle for it, and Seth Stock will glove it down, and now he'll carry it to the center ice. Stock from the blue line. He'll hesitate with a shot, and then his shot got blocked by the stick of, I believe, that's Max Jeldon. Excuse me, no, that's Trent Peterson. And then there's a big check. Peterson got lifted off of hit skates. I think Cale Delzer is the one that had the check, and Delzer was the one that had the puck, but lost it, and Brookings will ice the puck with 8:43 to play here in the first period. We almost played 9 minutes of this hockey game. We've had 4 shots, 2 for each side.
This place is going to erupt. It's a big facility. The far side over there, both sets of fans are sitting on the far side, and there's pretty full over on that other side. We get a goal here, the place is going to erupt.
Face-off is won by the Rangers as they escape to the neutral zone. And then we'll go down. It was no icing as it was played on the right side of the red line. Breck Hershoff got to it first. That one thrown towards the net got blocked down. Comes back for Mason Martin. And Martin couldn't keep it on his stick, but it did go out of the zone. Goes back around, off the glass. DeVries trying to knock it down in midair. It'll be picked up by Tyson Dunbar, or pushed up by Tyson Dunbar. And then dumped back in again by the Rangers. A backhand pass coming from Seth Stock. Retzer lost the puck, but he'll come back for Dunbar as he gets out of the neutral zone. Mason Martin, he'll run in with Zach Struck. Don't know why I keep calling him Max Struck, but it'll be played around here for Trent Peterson. Here is Peterson as he'll throw it in for the blue line off the glove of DeVries and then thrown back across. And Homkamp will have to play from his own blue line. Homkamp, his pass misses, and it'll be an icing. He was looking for Zach Struck. And it's 7:38 to go here in the first period. We talked to Jameson Homkamp's grandpa last night. He was a fun interview.
Yeah.
And he's somewhere here in the building today, no doubt about it, watching his grandson play in the state championship game.
Well, his final hockey game.
Yep. As here's Duncan Chisholm on the face-off, a save by Brecker. A wraparound chance. There's another shot, and Brecker made the save.
That's a tough save. That's a blind shot. Spinning around in front of the net. I don't even know where you begin to set up.
That one, I believe, came from number 14, Zeke Farley.
Yep.
7:31 left to go here in the first period. As the faceoff will be to the left of Brecker. Excuse me, right of Brecker. On the far side, the faceoff is won by the Rangers, tied up behind the net, and the Rangers will try to. But then Duncan Chisholm with a wind-up shot that got partially blocked, and it just barely went into the Brookings Rangers end. And they play with 7:14 left to go here in the first period. The game is that the Caps and Sioux Falls Flyers both scored a goal, and that opened the floodgates up for the game to be a 7-6 hockey game. This one hasn't been that. It's gotten things to a little.
That many shots.
Yeah. Not more so thinking offense. There's a shot that and then with 7.
It's 5 minutes back.
Then you feel like maybe the wheels won't come off. Because things might open up. As here is Talon Richter, a pass over, backhand save made by DeVries.
Didn't have a lot on it.
As Duncan Chisholm will carry it in for Ryan Hipsack. A pass across, looking over for Walla. They'll try to get a backhander towards the net. Now taken again, there's a shot, and that one went off the pads of Cade Brecker. Pulls back to his to the moorings from their own end. It's always funny that when the puck's going the other way, the net is perfectly secured. But I'm going to slightly pull the net back to where it needs to be.
And put it ajar, just in case.
But if the puck's still in the zone, as Jeldon gets the turnover, Jeldon with a pass all the way through the blue paints, and Zach Struck couldn't get to the puck. But if the puck's in your attacking end, all of a sudden you're like, hey, that's off. That's off by like 2 feet, not even 2 inches. As it's played up the boards, Zach Struck plays in the neutral zone. The Thunder have to tag back up. And popped high in the air, comes back down. A couple players trying to figure out where it's at. It was in the feet of Max Jeldon. There's a shot and a save made by Brecker. As we get a whistle with 5:46 to go. 5 shots on goal here for the Rushmore Thunder.
Playing it close to the vest.
So we have not seen a goal yet. We've only seen 8 shots between the two teams. 5-3 in favor of Rushmore. As the face-off on the far side is taken by the Rushmore Thunder. Cale Delzer, the linesman, got tripped up. And now Delzer, the pass goes off the linesman. He's having a struggle of the last 5 seconds there. Talon Richter. It'll be coming back to the other linesman. He's going to take a hit. And Alec Humpke now has it. Humpke, I think he might have gone off the linesman again. Well, these linesmen can't get a break right now. As Breck Hershoff will carry it in. Off the boards, and it'll be played all the way around. And it's going to be Seth Stock over for Alec Humpke. And Alec Humpke in the neutral zone. His pass nearly intercepted by Brody Powers. Humpke was able to get back to not allow Powers to get into the zone cleanly. Tyson Dunbar from his own blue line. Lifted off the glass and back for Trent Peterson. Played back around Hershoff. He'll dump it into the zone. Racing after it will be Powers. And Powers, he gets thrown in the boards. Seeing a lot more of Brody Powers in that third line coming out here against this Rushmore Thunder team. Owen Schneider takes a huge hit from Dietrich. And then around the boards, but it's not out of the zone. It's held in by Peterson. And then a hard pass, too hard for Owen Schneider to handle. That comes in front. Back out. Here's a wind-up shot and a save made by DeVries. There's Brookings' best chance. Puck doesn't come out of the zone again. Alec Rice with another shot that's high. And it's still in the zone here for the Rangers offensively. Then finally flipped out of the zone by Dunbar. As the Rushmore Thunder are trying to make a change while the puck's back in their own end. And they're going to get that change because it's going to be an icing with 4:09 to go here in the first period. And again, for those watching high school hockey and more thinking about NHL rules, it hasn't, and maybe we're watching for the first time in a couple years. The rule has changed now where you can make changes on an icing. It was prior that you had to keep your guys out there, but you have to, or you can make a change now after an icing, and that's what Rushmore did. As Caleb Merchant has it from his own end and flips it out of the zone, and it'll go all the way down for another icing with 3:58 to go.
Zach Struck has been in front of DeVries a long time, and I think that's a strategy that Brookings has in place right now. And he's going to look for a redirect on any shots, but he's also been paying the price down there.
3:58 left to go here in the first period. As it will be still taken in the zone here by the Rangers. A backhander. That one goes wide of DeVries. That was a good look there from the Rangers. I think that was Logan Bortnum that had the shot, but he couldn't find the back of the net. And here comes back in Jeldon along with Bortnum. Jeldon's trying to get to a forehand shot. And a diving block there by Merchant. One of the Brookings Rangers players put his arm up thinking there should have been a penalty of a hook, but a good stick lift.
It was close.
There's a high stick that's going to be touched, and the Rushmore Thunder will touch it up. That way they just have a face-off where basically it was hit by high stick, and Max Jeldon, I believe that's Max Jeldon going over and talking about what if there was supposed to be a penalty or not.
It was real close.
No, Ike Johnson, I should say.
It was real close to being a hold or a hook there, but everybody kind of freed themselves up.
We have not had a penalty yet. It's not out of character for this game where every little thing had been called. There's a shot off the face-off and a save made by Richter with 3:23 to go in the first period.
Yeah, in a game like this, referees are gonna make the obvious calls and let the players decide the game.
Now, there's not going to be. I wouldn't expect to be a whole lot of penalties called in this hockey game. Here's Talon Richter. And Brookings, the least penalized team in the entire state. That puck is loose in front, and DeVries, where nobody else can find it, he decides to throw his glove over the top of it to get a whistle.
A couple guys down in front of the net there. Hitting the ice pretty hard.
Yeah, Richter did. He whacked his head pretty good on the ice.
That's why they wear helmets.
Bates off to the left of DeVries, and it's going to be won by the Rushmore Thunder. Here is Seth Stock over for Alec Humpke. It'll be played forward, and Breck Hershoff, his pass, and then it's intercepted by Seth Stock as it'll be played up for Alec Humpke again. And Humpke gets to the blue line, carried it in. I believe it was onside, but it comes right back out by the Brookings Rangers. Delzer couldn't throw it deep as that got blocked up. Now here's Breck Hershoff. And Hershoff will carry it in as he'll swing wide. His shot off the glove of DeVries did not cover it, and then the referee blew the play dead, thinking he did have it in his glove, or thought maybe it hit the netting, but I don't think it did. Nope. He did pat his chest, saying,
"My fault."
Yep. So we'll get a face-off. It'll be just to the left of DeVries. With 2:43 left to go here in the first period, 5-5 in shots. No score between the Rushmore Thunder and the Brookings Rangers. And the Rangers have possession of the attacking end. Trying to wrap around chance, trying to stuff it in, and instead it'll be Seth Stock now that has it. And Seth Stock will get it off and down the boards, all the way down the other end. And it's off the glass, but not out of the zone by the Rangers. Last couple minutes have been Brookings on the attack, where the first couple minutes before that, the Rushmore Thunder had it. Here's a long stretch pass, a shot and a save made, and a penalty's coming up after the play, after the shot was taken by number 23, and that is Jack Merritt, the first time he's been on the ice, and he draws a penalty, as I believe Seth Stock is going to be the one to take it.
That was a great pass down the ice for the Brookings Rangers.
A rough is called on Seth Stock.
You don't see him in the penalty box very often.
No.
You don't see him in his own bench very often either. He kind of controls this tempo of this team from his defensive position.
And here's Caleb Merchant. That will throw the puck all the way down. 2 minutes to go here in the first period. Zeke Farley, he fell down. He's going to get right back up here because the Rangers are on the power play. They're dangerous in the power play. Here's Logan Bortnam in. Bortnam will get around. Pass trying to come in front. Now Bortnam will try the other side. Passes it back out. Jeldon square away. His shot, he scores! Max Jeldon gets the first of the game of the state championship.
Just inside the blue line, and we talked about it in our pregame show. You can't give Brookings anything, not even a penalty, a power play. They are very good at capitalizing on any mistakes that you hand them.
And Jeldon, boy, we've said his name a lot. 33 goals over the regular season, and he's found himself a goal in each of the 3 games that they've played here this weekend.
I don't know what it is, but his shot is just different.
1:40 left to go here in the first period, and this is a big, important last minute and 40 seconds.
Yeah, very big.
Whitty will get the assist as Jeldon from Whitty, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Brookings Rangers. Back in, off the crossbar, and almost 2-0. That one came straight down. There's a shot off the glove of DeVries. And Seth Stock, who was in the penalty box when that goal was scored. And here's Mason Martin now. Martin carries it in. His shot gets blocked up. Brecker hit the ice. He lost his skates. And the Thunder couldn't get back to the front of the net. There's a good move around, 2-on-1. There's a one-timer. And I don't know if DeVries got a piece of that. Wow. And here comes a pass for Alec Humke. And Humke will cross corner dump it in. Hunter Wallet trying to go through the front of the nets. He did go through the front of the net. And then Tyson Dunbar with a big swing and a miss. As it was a good stick from Logan Bortnam. It should be Talon Richter get it out of the zone. I mean, Dunbar wound up like that puck was going to be sitting on a tee like he was playing golf and just whiffed on it. Here's Ryan Hipsag across on the pass. Back to Hipsag. From the neutral zone, he'll poke check it forward, and he'll carry it in onside with 20 seconds to go here in the first period. Logan Bortnam, he lost his stick, comes around. There's a shot towards the net, gets broken up, didn't make it all the way through. Goes back around, Bortnam was retrieving his stick. Still held in the zone with 5 seconds to go. Hipsack trying to get a shot towards the net, and there's a puck that will get out of play and nearly caught by a fan. With 1.4 left to go here in the third period.
Max Jeldon, the only one on the board in this game. He had 33 goals in the regular season, and he had quite a few in this tournament. I would be willing to bet he's over 40 goals for the season.
Well, if he isn't, he's darn close.
1.4 to go. Faceoff was won by the Rangers, and that concludes our first period. At 8-5 in shots for the Brookings Rangers, but they get the biggest one of those 13 shots as they had Max Jeldon score the lone goal, and it's a 1-0 lead for Brookings after the first period. Good first period for both teams. we got that first goal. Maybe things will open up. We'll see a high-scoring game. Probably not, but hey, one can dream. 1-0 is their score after one. We'll step aside, come back with our first intermission. You're listening to the state tournament and the state championship on Capital City Rock, CapitalCityRock.com, 1480 KSDR, KBRK, and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Hello, hockey fans. First National Bank is excited to sponsor the 2021 Varsity Hockey State Tournament. Good luck to all the talented players, and a special shout out to our hometown team, the Hawaii Capitals. At First National Bank, we're always on your team and ready with the assist to reach your financial goals. Check us out at firstnationalbanks.com or at First National BNK on Facebook. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Tired of walking out in the morning with a thick layer of frost and having to scrape your car? Don't want to freeze sitting waiting for the car to warm up? Well, what are you waiting for? Call Jason and the crew at Sunmasters in Pierre and they can install your remote start today so you can stay warm this winter and keep those windshields defrosted from the comfort inside your home. Call 224-6102 or stop in today at 1020 East Sioux Avenue. Sunmasters in Pierre.
In 2020, we learned keeping close to home and family is more important than ever. As a locally owned and operated financial institution, Dakota Land Federal Credit Union has been keeping it close to home since 1935, offering you a full lineup of services with local decision-making and local servicing. If you live, work, worship, or attend school in any of our 27 counties, Dakota Land Federal Credit Union is as close to home as it gets. Equal housing lender, member NCUA.
The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites has Midwestern charm and unprecedented attention to detail that provides the perfect getaway. The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites provides a complimentary deluxe continental breakfast featuring hot waffles, biscuits, and gravy. They also have an indoor children's water playland, whirlpool and fitness center, and a beautiful backyard patio with seasonal fire pits. Everyone deserves a night away. Call 605-494-2582 to make your reservation today. The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites. Experience luxury in the heart of South Dakota.
Hey, it's Julia from Milwaukee Federal Credit Union, letting you know that our recreational special is back again with terms up to 10 years, no payments for 90 days, and rates as low as 2.4% APR. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let Jameson or I get you started.
People helping people. Hawaii Federal Credit Union.
We welcome you back here at the Denny Sanford Premier Center as it is a 1-0 lead for the Brookings Rangers or the Rushmore Thunder. Want to make a mention too, I said Jeldon scored in all three goals, or all three games, but he has only scored in 2 of the 3 games, which is still a lot. Be that hat trick against the Watertown Lakers in the first game of the day, or first game of the tournament, and then he's got the lone goal so far. A 1-0 lead for the Brookings Rangers over the Rushmore Thunder. John Winkler alongside Jim Lloyd and Jeff Anderson. And guys, that was the first period. That was kind of what we were expecting. And really the only thing I also was expecting was being 0-0. That was it.
They played it very close to the vest. Early in that game, you didn't see a lot of Max Jeldon. And I write that down, and then, of course, next thing I know, he gets a power play goal. So I guess that tossed that right out the window. But and then I thought, look for Brookings typically to turn it up to start that second period, which is what they did. But I thought the intensity really picked up late in the first period. And then, of course, Jeldon gets a power play goal. You have another one that goes off the crossbar. So it could easily be a 2-0 hockey game. It's, I think, of Brookings. They kind of lull you to sleep almost. And you're thinking, we're doing pretty well, bro. And then they come out and pick up the intensity button, and then it becomes a much different game in the second.
Yeah, we've seen Brookings take that extra gear. Seems like every game we've ever watched them all year, they, especially in the third if they need to, they can come out and put it on you in a hurry. But a game like this, it's going to be about mistakes. It's going to be a little luck. A luck one way or another, a bouncing puck.
And the luck, that one that was down here that went right across horizontally to the red line in the crease.
And it's not always a slam dunk in these games. So many times you'll see a rebound goal and somebody just touches it in for a game winner. And that's kind of what I'm looking to see from this game.
And for the first time in the 3 meetings between Brookings and Rushmore, the Rangers have the first goal of the game. They trailed to Rushmore when they lost 3-2, and they trailed 1-0 when they lost, or when they won 4-2 over the Rushmore Thunder. So this is the first time that Brookings has had a lead against the Rushmore Thunder so far this season, as they played back-to-back days on the 13th and 14th, and that was one of the two Brookings losses on the season came on February 13th. The other was to the Hawaii Capitals in overtime, and that was the only two losses that Brookings has seen. Rushmore, they've only seen 3 losses. One was to Brookings, and the other 2 were to Sioux Falls 2, when they lost 7-2 and 4-2. So these two teams know how to win. They know how to win against each other, and we're seeing a tight checking game that the defense is going to win you a championship at this point. You know, Jeldon got the goal that came on a power play goal. Special teams plays an important role in every game, and we've already seen this come here on the Pelican Power Sports power play that Brookings got the lead.
Overuse the term, the next goal is big, and of course a game like this, obviously, but we've seen this so many times where Brookings has a 1-0 lead after a period, and then they come out and get the next one. Then it seems to be like it changes the whole complexion of the game, and then it's all Brookings pretty much the rest of the way. Yep. So it really is, Rushmore really needs a goal to tie this up. Because if Brookings gets a 2-3 goal lead, it's going to be a long afternoon. And
you're exactly right, too. You hit the nail on the head, because that's what Brookings did all season. If they go up 2-0 on you, it is impossible to come back. You look at the leads or the losses that Brookings had, they were down to Rushmore, but not down. They did not take a 2-0 lead, and they only had a 1-0 lead on the Hawaii Capitals when they lost in overtime. Every time they got a 2-goal lead, no chance of coming back. So this next goal has to go to Rushmore. I say has to, but you feel like it has to go to Rushmore because you don't want to be down 2-0 to this Brookings Rangers team. Yeah, they make it so difficult to get pucks on the net anyway, and then if you're down 2 goals, it's a tall mountain, as Jim says, to climb.
These teams both know how to win, and they both expect to win. Yeah. They don't expect anything else. Rushmore's sitting in that locker room right now saying, we'll win this game. Brookings is doing the same thing. Yeah. They know how to win. They've done it for a long time.
Well, and we've talked about that earlier, as far as going into a game hoping to win and another one expecting to win. And
every time these guys touch the ice, they expect it.
Yeah.
It's a 1-0 lead for the Rangers. We will step aside, come back with more of the first intermission, listening to the state championship on a Capital City Rock. CapitalCityRock.com, 1480 KSDR, KBRK, and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Lace up your shoes, because it's back.
ReliaBank's March Mortgage Madness.
Apply for a mortgage in March, and when your loan closes,
you could earn $500 that will be deposited into your ReliaBank account.
Visit your local ReliaBank branch or go to ReliaBankMortgage.com for more details. Terms and conditions apply. Home purchase applications only. Subject to loan approval.
It's ReliaBank's March Mortgage Madness. Apply, close, earn $500. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Tired of walking out in the morning with a thick layer of frost and having to scrape your car? Don't want to freeze sitting waiting for the car to warm up? Well, what are you waiting for? Call Jason and the crew at Sunmasters in Pierre, and they can install your remote start today so you can stay warm this winter and keep those windshields defrosted from the comfort inside your home. Call 224-6102 or stop in today at 1020 East Sioux Avenue. Sunmasters in Pierre.
Introducing new Queso Blanco from Taco John's. It amplifies everything on our menu, kind of like a hype man. Melty, cheesy, white cheddar goodness.
Came in dripping.
With just the right amount of jalapeno heat.
Where my peppers at? Oh yeah, right here in the queso.
Our Queso Blanco remixes anything, like the Boss Burrito for only $6.
Remix!
Download our app for exclusive deals at Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better.
Never enough queso.
Hey, this is Chris Busher, driver of the number 17 Fastenal Ford. Are you looking for ways to move your business forward faster? Fastenal can help with solutions to bring speed and efficiency to your supply chain. Get the best industrial brands, names like Milwaukee, MCR, and Kimberly-Clark Professional, in ways that minimize stockouts, total cost of ownership, and inventory on hand. From industrial vending to automated bins, Fastenal has a supply solution to move the needle on your business goals.
We are back here at the Denny Sanford Premier Center as it's a 1-0 lead for the Brookings Rangers over the Rushmore Thunder. John Wickler alongside Jim Lloyd and Jeff Anderson. We've played one period of the state championship game, and the Rangers have that 1-0 lead. Going in the second period, we kind of already talked about it, but I'm going to ask both of you guys because I'd love to be doing this the last 2 weekends, and I'll ask you again the second intermission. I know I will. But I'm going to start here with Jeff and talk about Brookings. They're leading 1-0. Do you change anything?
I don't think they change a thing. They're so programmed, and I think they're going to do the same thing tonight they've done every game this year.
And then for Jim, Rushmore Thunder down 1-0. Do you change anything?
You might have to play a little physical with these guys. I don't know as though there's a team in the league that has played a real physical game, but that's one way when you have a fast skating team that are all over the ice, pressure the ice all over. Maybe play them a little bit more physical.
This is going to be an interesting second period because you get the long change, and again, the next goal is a very crucial goal for the Rushmore Thunder to score. I think more so than the Brookings Rangers. The Rangers are okay even if Rushmore scores the next one. I don't know if the Rushmore Thunder are good if the Brookings Rangers score the next goal.
Yeah,
right.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I think that's right. By the way, we can just mention it real early. Earlier today, Sioux Falls beat Sioux Center. That was Sioux Falls 1, of course, over Sioux Center 5-2 for the consolation championship. It was Sioux Falls 2 over Owyhee 7-6 for third place. And of course, right now, after one period, 1-0 Brookings leading Rushmore in this South Dakota boys varsity championship game.
And we have the second period for you coming up next. You're listening to the state championship on Capital City Rock, CapitalCityRock.com, on 1480 KSDR, on KBRK, and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide root canal treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
If you live, work, worship, or attend school in any of our 27 counties, Dakota Land Federal Credit Union is the best way to harness the power of a not-for-profit financial institution. Locally owned and operated, Dakota Land is known for competitive rates, local decision-making, and local loan servicing. An auto or home loan at any of our 11 convenient locations keeps your money where it belongs. At home, let's put the power of a local financial cooperative to work for you. Dakota Land, Equal Housing Lender, member NCUA.
Hello, hockey fans. First National Bank is excited to sponsor the 2021 Varsity Hockey State Tournament. Good luck to all the talented players, and a special shout out to our hometown team, the Hawaii Capitals. At First National Bank, we're always on your team and ready with the assist to reach your financial goals. Check us out at firstnationalbanks.com or at First National BNK on Facebook. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Introducing new Queso Blanco from Taco John's. It amplifies everything on our menu, kind of like a hype man. Melty, cheesy, white cheddar goodness.
Came in dripping.
With just the right amount of jalapeno heat.
Where my peppers at? Oh yeah, right here in the queso.
Our Queso Blanco remixes anything, like the Boss Burrito for only $6.
Remix.
Download our app for exclusive deals at Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better.
Never enough queso.
We welcome you back to the Denny Sanford Premier Center as we are set for the second period. John Wickler alongside Jim Lloyd and Jeff Anderson. And we welcome you in watching on Capital City Rock Sports. If you're listening on Capital City Rock, also those in Brookings and KBRK and in Watertown in 1480 KSDR. It's been a great tournament. We're a third of the way through this championship game, or at least through regulation, I should say. Just not to kind of keep myself from making a mistake. Say a third of the way through regulation, but this has been a really fun game, really fun tournament. Fun last couple weekends. We had the girls varsity tournament. We had the boys varsity tournament this weekend. Actually this year too with the video as well. And thanks to those that are working here at the Denny Sanford Premier Center, as we've been lifted of our camera duties, so we don't have to worry about the camera. And these guys have been doing a fantastic job all day long. Been a long day for them, and they're almost through it. We appreciate all the work as we're ready to go for the second period, and we're underway. All the way in the near side corner, the Rangers will take the puck back behind their own net as it'll be played up and out of the zone, and then thrown back in by Kale Delzer. Here is now Ike Johnson to pass it across for Honkamp. The pass will go across. Johnson and Honkamp, both seniors. Here is Seth Stock. I believe Ashton Whitty, Max Jelden are two seniors as well for this Brookings Rangers team. There's a shot on and a save made by Brady DeVries. That one came from near the blue line. Rangers are making their first change of the second period. A couple of guys get upended, and it's going to be 3-on-3 here for the Thunder. That's thrown on net, and it skips up from the stick of Brecker into his chest to cover for a whistle. With 16:07 left to go here in the second period.
The next one is huge. We talked about it numerous times, but it's huge.
Face off to the left of Brecker is won by the Rangers. And a good pass over for Jelden, and they'll escape the zone. Tipped at the red line and all the way down for DeVries, and he'll have to cover as Zach Struck was on the doorstep.
But both goalies get tested here, not critically in this period early on, though, and that's great to get them in the game.
So here comes a face-off now to the left of Brady DeVries. It'll be on the near side, and it's won by the Rangers. Zach Struck has it. Struck a pass. That one went all the way through the blue paint, missing Brady DeVries, and out the other side, where now the Rushmore Thunder have it. And a pass from Caleb Merchant goes across, and that's going to be tipped by Dawson Worth. First time we've said his name this afternoon.
But he's worth a lot.
WI.
Played in by Zach Struck. And Brady DeVries will tee it up behind the net for Duncan Chisholm. Got some fun with some of these names here this weekend.
It's part of the fun of calling the tournament is the names. Getting to know the kids.
Alec Rice, his pass over for Brett Kershoff. That was thrown in by Merchant. It was delayed offside. Hipsag or Hunter Walla to pick up their skate so they wouldn't be offside. Ashton Whitty has a puck in his own end, almost turned it over, but he got the pass over to Brett Kershoff. And Hershoff will swing in. Hershoff to the faceoff dot. He'll try and swing around, maybe looking for a wraparound chance. Richter with a shot. That got blocked up, went high over the net and off the glass, and it stays in play. Hershoff played it off the boards, down for Ashton Whitty. And then back here, Merchant again. He'll get it out of the zone as it's chipped up and down. Does not go far enough for an icing. Ike Johnson will race after it as he'll stop, and he'll try to go the other way. And then Johnson has to play it back around for Jamison Honkamp. From behind his own net, Rangers right now, a little bit of a struggle trying to get their puck out of their zone. That went off the referee. Tried to backhand it close to the net was Dietrich, but he could not. Seth Stock will hold it in on the blue line, and it goes off to the Rangers and into the Rushmore bench. And the faceoff will be inside the Brookings end with 14:24 to go here in the second period. Still 1-0 for the Brookings Rangers. As Dietrich on the faceoff, be controlled. And they're trying to get to the front of the net. They could not. Miles Retzer was there, but he couldn't just quite get the puck on his stick. It'll be played back. Tyson Dunbar holds it in. Here's a good pass over. Here's a tough angle. Pass in front, and the one-timer was missed. That one came from Hayden Holick. And then we get a whistle as the net's off his moorings.
That's a tough one for Brecker. Rushmore comes in very slow, down below the red line. Is he going to shoot it or pass it? So he hugs the post as long as he can, but you know he's going to have to go over and recover.
Face-off will be in the neutral zone. But yeah, that's a one where you got to have a lot of patience. You know, now the face-off will come in to the Brookings end because Rushmore had a lot of patience on that pass, and Brecker didn't want to get out of position. Face-off. It's going to be taken by the Rangers, but Seth Stock a pass across that comes out of the zone. So they'll have to retreat back to center ice, where Trent Peterson now will play it up the boards for Owen Schneider. Seth Stock on his backhand for the Rushmore Thunder. And it's stolen away by Brookings. That pass goes off the boards. That same spot, there's a turnaround shot, and DeVries was looking to his left, but he covered up for a save. There's that same spot, right near the boards, right where the Zamboni, the doors open up. I think there's a little bit of a hitch in there that gets that puck to go off the boards and bounce out in front of the net.
We've seen it 3 times since we've been here.
Yep, all 3 games we've seen it once. And thankfully it hasn't hurt any of the 3 teams. Ike Johnson, his pass off the face-off win was for Homcom, but Homcom was too far away for that pass. He came back to the neutral zone. And it's slowly played back for Caleb Merchant. And Merchant plays it up, and here comes Rushmore Thunder again as they'll carry it in, but Humke lost of his stick, and then it's thrown down. It won't go far enough for an icing at will with 13:24 left to go here in the second period.
Well, Brookings hasn't given up a goal so far in this tournament, though. That's 7 periods so far, dating back to the end of the regular season. They haven't given up a goal in 10 periods plus.
That's impressive.
That is impressive. Face-off will be to the left of Brecker, and it's going to be controlled by Delzer. And Delzer will get around. His pass to the front, but Martin wasn't there. Martin will try and get a turnaround shot. He gets dumped, and then it'll be played out of the zone, but then thrown back in. The Thunder will tag back up, and the Rangers will try and get out of the zone. Martin with a huge hit on Jacob Drew, and they'll be played back around. The Rangers a pass. It'll be played over here. Hershoff, he gets run into by Merchant. Ashton Whitty, though, has it. Whitty with a shot. That goes off the stick and then off the glass. And then up the boards. Merchant nearly had his pocket picked. Now Merchant will turn with it. A backhand pass over for Chisholm, or it's going to be Grady Olson, but it bounced over his stick. Here's Jeldon. He couldn't get a shot away. Boy, Jeldon, every time he touches the puck, a little bit of some people hold their breath on both sides, especially when he gets that close inside the net. That's going to be flipped out of the zone. Swinging at it. The half-hearted swat came from Dawson Worth. It'll be played back for Merchant. Now here's Mason Martin, a pass over. Makes me that's Ryan Hipsack. And then dumped in by Worth. Played around for Hunter Wallop. Wallop pass, and it goes all the way through. Hipsack plays it off the boards. Now it's over for Dunbar. Back for Hipsack. He'll wind up with a shot and a save made by Brecker. His pass were going both ways. Hipsack now has it, pass back for Dunbar. Holds it at the line, a shot and a save made by Brecker, and we get a whistle with 11:50 left to go here in the second period.
A lot of traffic in there, and yet it was an easy save as far as Brecker was concerned.
Well, it looked like a Rushmore power play there. Brookings was content to sit back and play some defense.
And again, this is the period of the long change. So depending on how Brookings need to have their 5th guy, well, they're going to have the 5th guy come back out that came off the ice.
But that's where these two teams really dominate. Second period.
And you get the long change. If you can hem somebody in, you can make that change while still on attack. That one was held in at the blue line by Seth Stock. Be played around here to the far side. Hipsag racing after it, but Zach Struck will take it. A couple players will get tangled up, and that pass gets off of a Rushmore player in the bench, so it will be a puck out of play. And a whistle with 11:34 left to go.
How do they do that? Pick up a puck with a stick like that?
Yeah, and then they bounce it 3 or 4 times off the tip, hand it to the ref. Hand-eye coordination, something that they've done since they were about 4 or 5 years old, I would guess.
Face-off will be in the Brookings end. Both Walla and Whitty fell to the ice trying to get the face-off. Walla gets back up and gets the puck first. And there's a shot. That one be bounced away. The Rushmore Thunder, the student section, are bouncing around over there. Bouncing side to side. It goes back the other way. That was a little distracting for me up here. Coming in is Breck Hershoff. Hershoff with a shot. He scores! Hershoff makes it 2-0. 11:10 left to go. Beat him short side on the breeze. And the Rushmore Thunder now down by 2 goals to the Brookings Rangers. And that's not where you want to be.
Brady DeVries was down again on his knees. We've seen it happen before. He was down on his knees looking for a low shot, and up top it went.
And as the Brookings Rangers student section chants he's a freshman, he is a freshman, and he's a very good freshman for this Brookings Rangers team. He'll frustrate the league for the next couple of years still.
Yeah, he will.
As it'll be Miles Retzer that carries it in. Now the Thunder have to find a way. They have to get the next goal. They cannot go down 3-0 to Brookings. Merchant, his shot towards traffic. That one got blocked away. Comes out in front, and a good stick lift there by Wes Koenig. Otherwise, Holick had a good look at the shot. And there's another shot by the Rushmore Thunder that got off the blocker of Cade Brecker. Comes out in front, went off of the corner boards, and then came across the goal line. And then Brecker was able to go off the pads. Back for Kayla Merchant, and a penalty's coming up, and it's going to be on the Rushmore Thunder. And I think Alexander Dietrich, who's going to get the penalty. Nope, it's going to be Hayden Holick that's going to get the penalty. Well, let me try that one more time. It's going to be Duncan Chisholm that gets the penalty. A couple 20s in there. But Chisholm will have the penalty. And Dietrich, though, was saying that he was diving. But it's a penalty for a trip with 10:25 to go here in the second period. And the Rangers here are 1 for 1 in the power play. Have their second opportunity in the Pelican Power Sports power play. Jeldon's playing back. He'll get the pass back, and he'll race in the neutral zone. And here comes Max Jeldon in the offensive end. Jeldon with a shot. That one might have gone off the mask of DeVries. It'll be played out of the zone. Jeldon trying to get a pass back over for Johnson. But it went too far. Here's Ashton Whitty. Back for Johnson. Johnson walks in the zone. His pass goes across for Whitty. A shot and a save made by DeVries off the pads. That's a big save here. Jeldon square away. His shot never got through. Jeldon has it again. Another chance. A save is made. It's loose in front. Guys are tangled up. Trying to stuff it in was Koenig, but he'll come out free and down the ice from the Rushmore Thunder.
Brookings on the power play takes a lot of shots high in the crease or just inside the blue line. That's where they like to be on their power play.
Here is now a chance. Hunter Wallow will play it back for Seth Stock, and the Rushmore Thunder will clear the zone again all the way down with 1:05 to go in the penalty to Duncan Chisholm. Jeldon, no, there's a turnover. Pass in front, and it goes wide on the one-timer chance from Hunter Wallow.
Their best chance tonight.
And now Hunter Wallop's going to get back defensively. All 5 guys are in front of Wallop. Jeldon's coming off for a change. Here's a shot from the face-off circle, and a save was made by DeVries. 40 seconds left to go here on the power play. Caleb Merchant will race to the center ice, and Merchant will carry in. He's looking to go shorthanded. That shot goes wide of Brecker. Kept in by Dawson Worth. Pass is intercepted again. That one's by Merchant. It'll be played back around, and Alec Rice will play it forward. And Homkamp will go over, and a touch pass now for Zach Struck. And Struck will carry it in. Struck will circle in the corner. Pass comes free, out for Alec Rice. His shot, that one hit the netting, I believe. Yeah, they're going to call it dead because it hit the top of the glass with the netting to get a whistle with 8:35 left to go here in the second period. 11 seconds left to go on the Pelican Power Sports power play for Duncan Chisholm. This is a huge 11 seconds, a huge face-off win for the Rushmore Thunder if they can get it.
You're right, you need to win this power kill.
Face-off is won, and it will be controlled by the Rangers here in the final 5 seconds of this power play. And it'll be played free. Owen Schneider, DeVries dove for it, couldn't get the puck, and then it'll be cleared out of the zone. Duncan Chisholm is out, and he'll race off to the bench as they'll try and get the top line out for the Rushmore Thunder. They got to find a way to get a goal here. 8:14 left to go in the second period. And there could have been a penalty called for an interference. We will not have a penalty as there's a somewhat of an old-fashioned hip check, but they continue to play on. That one's thrown in. That one was a delayed offside. So they will, and again, it was thrown on net. And the Brookings coaching staff looking it to be all the way across, all the way down. But it will not go all the way down. It'll be just outside the zone.
Shots on goal right now. Brookings with the advantage there, 16-9. That's actually pretty close when you're playing Brookings.
As the faceoff is won, I think why they didn't go all the way down is because the shot was going wide. It wasn't on net. And that's the reason why it was going wide of the cage, and Brecker just got a piece of it. As Seth Stock His shot goes over the top of Brecker, hits the glass, stays in play. Delzer with a shot all the way through. I don't know if Brecker actually really saw it, but he's able to get the paddle on it.
That surprised him.
And it came the other way. Here's Max Jeldon now. Jeldon, he gets dumped. It'll be played out free, and here's a chance now for the Rushmore Thunder. One-on-one. James Honkamp is back. Dietrich with a shot and a save made by Brecker. There's another shot and a save made by Brecker. We'll cover for the whistle with 7:17 to go here in the second period.
Great individual effort there by Dietrich to get two good quality shots on a one-on-one situation.
Here is Cade Brecker that has made 12 saves so far in net, and he has not allowed a goal all tournament against Watertown or against Sioux Falls 2. And Sioux Falls 2 ended up scoring 12 goals in the tournament in 3 games, and not one of them came against Brookings. As it's carried in by the Rangers, that one is a bouncing puck. That one goes off the glove of DeVries. He didn't cover it, or didn't catch it, and now Ashton Whitty makes a move, comes in front. It's a bouncing puck. There's a turnaround shot, and that's still loose, and finally cleared away by the Rangers, or by the Thunder. And back for the Brookings Rangers. Honkamp, a pass over for Peterson. He started to lose an edge, but he was able to get the pass across. Jameson Honkamp again. That one's turned over in the neutral zone. And back for Peterson as he'll get to the red line, throw it in, and DeVries will catch and cover for a whistle with 6:34 left to go here in the second period.
And the Tickled Pink, of course, the boutique scoreboard shows Brookings up 2-0 over the Rushmore. 6:34 to go, second period.
As the face-off to the right of DeVries, left of DeVries on the near side. As it will be Zach Struck battling against Tyson Dunbar, pair of 11s, and the number 17, I believe it was, that came in. Actually, that was number 7. There's a shot and a save made. 27, Hunter Walla gets the puck. And then a man lost his stick. That's Bortnum. Here's now Walla again. He gets pushed. And here's a shot and a save made right on to Brecker. And a slash, though, is going to be called on Brookings, which means that the Rushmore Thunder have their first power play. And Logan Bortnum, this is the first penalty against the Rangers all-state tournament.
That's an amazing stat. How can you go that long without a penalty? Moving your feet.
6:07 to go here in the second period. The first power play, Pelican Power Sports power play. And here's a golden opportunity for the Rushmore Thunder. Seth Stock, they looked really good last night against the Hawaii Capitals. There's a shot from Martin. Rebound is loose, and it'll come out to the blue line and now the zone. And if you didn't see that game last night, the Rushmore Thunder power play was moving. Even when they weren't scoring, they were buzzing around the zone. They've got to do the same thing here against this Brookings Rangers penalty kill. And the Capitals were one of the best penalty killer teams. There's a shot by Martin to save, and it wasn't covered up by Brecker. It'll come out to the blue line, but Seth Stock now will take it. Stock will play it over for Delzer. Delzer, and that one
came out. Yep, that's what I thought. That one just came out.
Just barely came out of the zone with 1:21 to go on the power play.
And even though you're on a power play, it's not easy to get in the zone on Brookings. Did you see that? They were defending that blue line. They won't let you in the zone.
Here is now Hunter Walla to take the face-off and win the face-off against Max Jeldon. Seth Stock carries it in. He'll stop at the blue line, nearly turn it over. He did turn it over, but all it was done was cleared by the Rangers because they potentially could have got themselves their feet moving going the other way.
They met Seth Stock right at the blue line.
Here's Alec Humke. He'll kick it and play it along. He had two guys about to enter the zone, but Humke's back near his own blue line, and he'll dump it in from the red line. Cade Brecker will tee it up behind the net. Around Jameson Honkamp, nobody there for the Rushmore Thunder, so an easy clear by the Rangers with 45 left to go on the power play. Seth Stock plays it over, turned over. Ashton Whitty in, shorthanded. He scores! Ashton Whitty, a shorthanded goal. And the Rangers now lead 3-0 with 4:42 to go in the second period.
And the Brookings Rangers were meeting Rushmore in the neutral zone on a power kill. Rushmore had a heck of a time getting inside the zone and a turnover in the neutral zone. Brookings just continued to pull their defense out of the zone.
So with 4:42 left to go, it's now a 3-0 lead for the Brookings Rangers.
And nobody's ever done it.
Now you're going to come back 3 goals.
It's a mountain.
Face-off will be won here by the Rushmore Thunder. They've got to find a way to score. And here's another chance that Brett Hershoff will carry in the zone. Hershoff, that one be tangled up. Duncan Chisholm will play it all the way down. And it was played back here for the Brookings Rangers. Here's Duncan Chisholm again. He'll flip it up. A bouncing puck with 7 to go on the power play. And it's Duncan Chisholm. Pass comes back to him as the penalty will expire. And the Rangers are back to full strength, so they are 1 for 1 in the penalty kill here this state tournament. There's a pass coming and looking to go in front for Dietrich, but could not get there. And it'll be played out. So Grady Olson will have to race after it. And Olson behind his own net. He'll turn around and play it up. That's kicked by Retzer. And here's Max Jeldon again. Jeldon, a backhand pass, 2-on-0. There's a diving play by DeVries. The puck is loose, but standing in front of the nets was one of the Rushmore Thunder players, and they were able to clear the zone and ice it. I believe that was Dietrich. That was down there.
DeVries was out of the net.
Dietrich made that save to keep it out, to keep it from going to a 4-0 lead with 3:31 to go.
So this is the time you see the Brookings Rangers pick it up a notch and pressure everywhere on the ice.
As they'll get the last man on the ice here for the Rangers. Alec Rice on the face-off win. Over-skated by Petrado. And the Rangers have passed, trying to get to the front of the net, and DeVries will cover for a whistle with 3:23 to go here in the second period.
And Brookings always has a player, in this case Whitty, who is sitting on top of the crease.
Yep.
Just looking for a rebound.
Here's Dawson Worth as he'll take it here for the Rushmore Thunder. With 3:15 to go in the second period, Rushmore has got to score a goal. They want to try and make this a 2-goal deficit coming in to the end of the second period. Petrado has it back from his own blue line over for Grady Olson. And Olson a pass. That one misses Hunter Wallop. Whitty will wait to be tagged up, and Whitty will try and throw one towards the net. They got blocked down, and the Rangers are now playing defense. As that one's blocked up, and it goes wide of the net. And back to the near side corner. Hipsag will run into Alec Rice, and then played up from Peterson to the blue line. And that one's thrown in off of Hunter Wallop, and he was offside, so we get a whistle. I will say, though, a 3-goal lead is one of the worst leads in hockey. And
it is.
Although the Brookings Rangers have never given up a 3-goal lead, if there's any team to do it, this would be the team to do it in the Rushmore Thunder.
Yep.
They've got the tools to do it with 2:38 to go in the second period. This game's far from over still. We talk about how, this is a danger zone for Rushmore. As Seth Stock will try and get one towards the net. He's going to be a guy that gets going here. He got another chance, but it went wide. Seth Stock will throw it over for Cale Delzer. It'll come all the way back for Stock. Seth Stock will wind up. He'll throw into the net. Save made by Brecker. And he's trying to punch it in. And then we get a couple guys hitting the ice, and we have a couple more pushing and shoving going.
Humke came flying in. He was trying to push it past Brecker's pad. And then we had 2 more players. And it was a Brookings player that came flying in.
And then Honkamp.
That was Honkamp that came flying in.
Honkamp and Delzer. Honkamp gave Delzer a pound in the head after that play was over. I think maybe he was losing an edge, and maybe it looked a lot worse than what actually was happening or what the intention was. Mason Martin plays it back for Seth Stock. Now over. Tyson Dunbar with a shot and a glove save made by Brecker to get a whistle with 2:09 to go.
Delzer was in front of the net, tied up with his stick hanging up. Or I'm sorry, that's Humke. His stick was up in the air.
So face-off will be coming to the left of Cade Brecker. Again, 2:09 to go. Let's see if Rushmore can get one here. That would be a big momentum boost going into the end of the second period. Alec Humke, that's a delayed offside.
Yep,
Rushmore
that came
Thunder.
out.
And Humke, he looked at the referee, threw his hands up, then he was going to keep going after the puck. Then he realized he had to go back and tag up.
No, I better not.
And Seth Stock now. Talon Richter will get to the puck. There's 5 players now over in the near side corner. Comes back out for Alec Rice at the point. Rice will throw into the net, and a save made by DeVries. Out of the zone here by Alec Humke. That pass intercepted, and here comes in the zone for the Rushmore Thunder. Alec Humke tried to avoid a check. got pushed to one skate. They lost the puck. Cale Delzer will play it back around to the far side. And then Richter's thrown in the boards by Mason Martin. And here comes a penalty up. And I believe it's going to be on the Brookings Rangers, a high sticking call. The Rangers had the puck, so I'm assuming it's going to be on Brookings.
I thought maybe they would take them both.
Yeah, I did too.
And it is
they easily could have.
Yep.
So the second penalty of the game, this was coming on Richter.
That was Humke that was tangled up with Richter.
A high stick with 1:18 left to go here in the second period. And here's the thing now. You can't give them a shorthanded goal, but this is another absolute opportunity here for the Rushmore Thunder to get one goal back.
Yep.
To go down by just 2. And that one's out of the zone by the Rangers right off the faceoff. So here is now the Rushmore Thunder from their own end. This is the spot where they turned it over and gave up a shorthanded goal. Goes all the way around the boards, though, into the Brookings end. It's played at the blue line, held in by Merchant. Good job there by Merchant. Duncan Chisholm's got his stick raised in the air looking for a pass for the Rangers to get to the puck, and they clear it all the way down. And DeVries will grab the puck, and now he'll wait, and he'll go back the way. He'll wait for the Ranger player to make a move, and then nearly turned over again in their own end. But here comes the Rushmore Thunder back in the zone. There's a shot right on square for Brecker, and he will cover for a whistle with 34.1 to go. This penalty will carry over into the third period if Rushmore is not able to score in the last 34.1.
Good hustle that time by Bortnam. Logan went all the way down the ice after that loose puck trying to get to it. Didn't get to it first, however, and then all the way back. Good hustle on his part.
Here's
for Brookings.
Face-off win that just went past from Hunter Wallop over for Cale Delzer. And here comes Delzer back in the zone. And Delzer, he'll try and swing wide, trying to get a pass in front, could not. Back for now, Mason Martin. He'll walk it in. He's at the blue line. Pass goes off the boards, and not the smart pass from Mason Martin that you're used to seeing from the senior. And that's the thing, is you're down 3-1. You get a little frustrated here. You're down 3-0 here in the second period with only 3 seconds left. Seth Stockton will carry it in, and he can't get a shot away at the buzzer. They couldn't get a shot in the last second shot after the horn sounded. And that will end the second period with a 3-0 lead for the Brookings Rangers. So we have played 2, and the Rushmore Thunder now have to outscore the Brookings Rangers by 3 goals in the third period to at least force an extra session. After 2 periods, a 3-0 lead for Brookings. We'll step aside and come back with a second intermission. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock, CapitalCityRock.com, 1480 KSTR, KBRK, and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Hey, it's Julia from Milwaukee Federal Credit Union, letting you know that our recreational special is back again with terms up to 10 years, no payments for 90 days, and rates as low as 2.4% APR. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let Jameson or I get you started.
People helping people. Milwaukee Federal Credit Union.
Drop that puck! Drop that puck! Drop that puck! Hey, hockey fans, before or after the game, come on out to Grey Goose Store and Social Club. Dine in, carry out, stop by for refreshments, fill up your tank with quality fuel. We've got it all at Grey Goose Store and Social Club, just off of Grey Goose Road, behind the red line of the capital city. Go Capitals! When you're looking for quality trash pickup services, look no further than Envirotech. 6 days a week, their trucks are on the road picking up trash, even holidays. They're also the place to contact for recycling services. Their friendly, professional staff is ready to assist with weekly pickups or even special pickups. Check out the website at EnvirotechWaste.com. Envirotech is locally operated. Call 224-4804. Envirotech Waste Services in Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Hello, hockey fans. First National Bank is excited to sponsor the 2021 Varsity Hockey State Tournament. Good luck to all the talented players, and a special shout out to our hometown team, the Hawaii Capitals. At First National Bank, we're always on your team and ready with the assist to reach your financial goals. Check us out at firstnationalbanks.com or at First National BNK on Facebook. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Tired of walking out in the morning with a thick layer of frost and having to scrape your car? Don't want to freeze sitting waiting for the car to warm up? Well, what are you waiting for? Call Jason and the crew at Sunmasters in Pierre, and they can install your remote start today so you can stay warm this winter and keep those windshields defrosted from the comfort inside your home. Call 224-6102 or stop in today at 1020 East Sioux Avenue. Sunmasters in Pierre. As we welcome you back here to the Denny Sanford Premier Center, as we are through 2 periods. The Brookings Rangers lead the Rushmore Thunder 3-0. John Wickler alongside Jim Lloyd and Jeff Anderson. But joining us here in the second intermission is Jenny Wirkus. Jenny, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah. Final period, final regulation period of the state tournament. You've had a long couple weekends, and it's finally coming to a close. You're probably excited to sleep a little bit again.
This is the 10th tournament that we've done in 4 weekends. And in about 35 minutes, I'm going to take a nap.
Yeah, we always forget about those. We forget about the younger kids, right? The Bantams, the Pee-wees. You've done all those tournaments, too.
Can I get a Let's Go Rangers? Yep, South Dakota Amateur Hockey has 3 Pee-wee tournaments, a girls 14U, 2 Bantams, girls JV, girls varsity, boys JV, and, of course, today, boys varsity.
This has been a great atmosphere at the Denny Sanford Premier Center. This has been fantastic to have these 3 games of the championship day. You've been obviously downstairs. We've been upstairs here for the majority of it. How's it been down there?
Oh, it's great. It's exciting. I'm not going to lie. I like tight spaces with 1,000 people in a little building because it's louder, a little bit more exciting. But I mean, this is great. It's an experience for them. So I think it's awesome.
She says that with all discretion of wearing a mask and social distance as you possibly can, correct?
Right.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely.
Correct.
We'll make sure throw that out there. So you have, are you doing something here on the radio with us?
Oh yes, before we get done on our interview today, I'm going to have you guys draw the winners we've had a raffle this weekend.
Oh, we get to draw
for some prizes. We have a season pass we're going to give away for all of next year to all the SCHA games. We have a $75 Hockey Headquarters gift card, a $50 Hockey Headquarters gift card. All the money that was raised on selling these squares this weekend is going to go to fund some camps for our kids this spring and summer. And then we're also going to give away our quilts that we've been selling tickets for the last few weeks. So I'm going to have you guys draw them out because you guys have no skin in the game. And we'll make sure
we're not even on the board, are we?
No.
I forgot to get on the board, so I guess
you get to draw then.
Yeah, I guess I have to draw. I think we're gonna let Jeff draw.
Okay.
Yeah. Before we have. So what else? I mean, you've got to be happy with how all these tournaments have gone, especially in this year with COVID still being what it is, and of course we feel like we're getting closer to the end of it, and hopefully next year everything's back to normal, as normal as it could possibly be. But you've got to be excited and happy with how all these tournaments have turned out.
Absolutely, and I'm just excited how the whole entire season, turned out.
Yeah.
We had very few games that had to be rescheduled due to COVID. It was kind of scary because the first weekend, we had a team that had COVID right off the bat and had 3 games rescheduled, but we probably had like 3 more is all. The whole rest of the season, we got them all scheduled really quickly. Everybody got their full slate of league games in. All of our tournament games have gone well. We didn't really have any super crazy things go on with COVID, in any rinks, or anything like that. We had some restrictions, with some masks and, some attendance limits for a little while in a couple rinks. Couldn't come as early as, you used to be able to. Sometimes the dressing room, locker room type of thing was an issue. But you know what? At the end of the day, we made it to the end. We get to play all the games. Last year was a little bit of a disappointment at the boys varsity level. So this year we've made it to the end, and we're going to crown a champion here in just a little bit.
I think I've asked you this before, and I can't remember if you were able to give me just an estimate or you knew the number. How many hockey games are played in South Dakota? Do you have any idea at all the levels?
Well, if you're talking about just league games, tournament games, which every one of those score sheets comes to my house, it's about 1,000.
1,000 games a year are played.
Yep. And I mean, each team, each association, most of the teams go to at least 1 or 2 away tournaments. This year was a little bit different, because you couldn't really go outside of, our walls here for the most of the year. Minnesota wasn't having tournaments. Iowa was shut down for a while, North Dakota. So, a lot of teams didn't go out of state for tournaments this year, so they didn't play quite as many. But there's a lot of hockey that goes on from November till March.
Oh, that's an impressive number. 1,000 games.
It is very impressive.
We've done 22 in the last 2 2 weeks.
Yeah, we've helped you out with 22 of those games.
I don't think we'd ever make 1,000.
I don't think so either.
You know what though? This is a great time for me to comment about the last 22 games that you've done, because I've got a lot of calls, emails, texts about how awesome the play-by-play has been this weekend, about how awesome the video is. Obviously today we're using the Denny Sanford video, so that's a little bit more upscale, but
absolutely.
Lots of fantastic comments about the last 2 days at the Iceplex and today at the Denny. You guys have done great. Everybody has been super excited, and there's been people from all over, and I know that after the first weekend you guys got some feedback. I think that Jim had told me that there was people that contacted you guys from Canada and all different kinds of places.
Somebody from Germany was watching this weekend too. They're going to be a foreign exchange student next year in the Pierre area, so yeah, they were watching the games from Germany, and that's great. I love to hear that. We almost had 1,000 people watching at one time here on the YouTube live stream of this championship game. We've had I have to stop watching the numbers because it's blowing my mind how many people are watching this stream, and that's just one screen going up. We've touched a lot of people. We've been able to reach a lot of people, and it's been great. I appreciate that you've let my station, and I say my station, the station I work for, because it's not mine, but I appreciate you letting us being able to handle this and to make this work, and it's been a lot of fun. And it's really humbling to see all the numbers that we've had.
Yeah, and we super duper appreciate it. Here from Sioux Falls, all the committee and everybody else, all the, the teams that have players, they appreciate their fans that couldn't be here for COVID reasons or any other reasons being able to turn in. And we're super excited that, we're going to do this again next year, right? I mean, you guys did great. So we're going to get that locked in, I think, pretty soon.
I'd say I can't make that decision for
John,
myself.
John, go ahead and tell Jenny no.
No,
just try it once.
I can't say yes because I'm not the GM of the station. I'll have to talk to my GM about it. But the way we've gone the last couple of years, I don't know how we say no to it. But, again, I'm not putting her on the spot.
Tara's good hockey people.
She is very good hockey people. But I can't say yes right now. So
well, and we thank you for spearheading this. And it takes a small army to get this little crew, everything from sponsors to the guy that's getting us the extension cord, and they're finding us a ladder, and it takes a few people.
Yeah, in these tournaments, this weekend, there was a gazillion people in the Sioux Falls tournament headquarters. These ladies, I think they said this morning when they got here, they had worked 37 hours already in the last 3 days.
Yeah.
It's a ton of work. A lot of work goes into hosting any tournament, but this one here, it's above and beyond. It's a huge amount of work. So if you've never hosted a varsity state tournament before, just know there's a lot of things that come into play. It's a lot different than Pee-wees and Bantams, even girls varsity. I helped in Watertown last weekend. I was there the whole weekend pretty much. It doesn't hold a candle to this boys varsity tournament. It's a lot of things to do here, and they did a great job here in Sioux Falls.
Yeah, everybody that we've been in contact with here this weekend has been great. The people here at the Denny Sanford have been fantastic, and I say that from the technical side of it, in terms of getting the cameras and everything ready to go. They've been very helpful. I feel like royalty coming up here to be able to basically come up here and call the game and not have to worry about anything camera-wise and anything else. They did it all for us.
Yeah, this weekend, if anybody asked a question, they got an answer, and if there was a problem, they got a resolution. There was people all over, in all of the venues we were at, trying to help make sure that everybody was satisfied with their experience. So it was great.
Well, I mentioned it on the air earlier. This is probably the most fun that us three could possibly have, unless we knew how to skate and play down there with these kids.
We'd be getting in trouble if we were having more fun.
Yeah, I don't think you can have any more fun than this without wearing ice skates.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that's why our coverage is so great, because you guys aren't here for a job. I mean, you are not, because I know how much you're getting paid to be here. You guys are here because you love hockey and you love this sport and you're having a great time. Like Jeff Anderson, this is his first time at the Denny, right? It's his first time at the Denny. It was his first time at the Iceplex.
Yeah.
You guys gave him a whole new experience.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. This is my first time at the Denny also, and
Yeah.
I absolutely love it.
And for us, it's so fun to get involved in the tournament because we call every game. We see every single play that is made in this entire tournament. We talk about every single kid. And I feel privileged in order to do that because nobody else does that besides us three. We see every play.
Right.
No.
And that's neat.
And it's kind of nice because you learn, different about different people from different places. And so next year, there's a lot of seniors this year. There's 109, so you have some new people to learn next year. But, 22 games, you're highly experienced at this point. Make sure you keep their names fresh. These rosters, keep them at, right beside your nightstand at night to keep practicing up.
Not for a while. We're going to wait a week.
Yeah.
You're going to take a little bit of a
We're
break.
going to take 1 week.
I maybe can take you guys with us to the national tournaments, for Team South Dakota. We might need some play-by-play to come back to South Dakota for our girls and boys. We could split you up because there's 3 locations. You could each go to 1.
Oh, there we go. Yeah,
There you go.
that'd be fun. We don't have to be by ourselves, though. I don't know if the 3 of us can go by ourselves. Yeah, before we get to the third period, we got some names to draw. I guess, Jeff, go draw a name.
All right, Jeff, draw the first winner. This is for the square board. The first winner is going to be number 38, which is one of the helpers this weekend. Diane Sarahan. She's going to be our first winner. She's going to win the season pass for all of the SDHA League and Tournament games next year. The second person that Jeff's drawn out here is going to be the $75 gift card to Hockey Headquarters, which is number 2. That's my friend Brandon Cameron. He's on the discipline committee. He's from Sioux Center. He's going to win a $75 Hockey Headquarters gift card, which is awesome because his son's going to be a referee next year, so he's going to need some new garb for that.
The discipline committee guy is going to have a son being the referee?
Yeah. College student. Good job for a college
that
student.
should work all
How
right.
does that work
The
out?
$50 Hockey Headquarters is going to go to Sam Johnson, and he's actually is one of my referees in South Dakota Amateur Hockey. He's from Brandon Valley. I just gave him a $100 gift card earlier today that his kid won. Now he's up to about a half a stick there. All right.
How many more we got left?
Just the last one,
Just
just
the
a
last one.
quilt.
Perfect,
I have
perfect.
one quilt. One quilt, Jeff. Everybody wants this quilt. I'd like to have this quilt. My name's not in there, but if you would like to pick out a name, maybe somebody that I know would like to give it to me and donate it to me. Oh, he's shuffling them up pretty good here. The winner is from Mitchell, South Dakota, Gail Denny. Gail Denny. Gail, I will get in contact with you and get you your quilt. Thank you, everybody, for buying squares and quilt tickets and supporting South Dakota Amateur Hockey.
We are getting set for the second period. Jenny, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for all the help this weekend.
Thank
Jenny,
you.
thank you.
We're set for this third period, and we are underway. Another 40 seconds are left in the power play for the Rushmore Thunder. They trail 3-0. There's a pass that almost came out in front and back for Seth Stock. And here's a chance for Stock. That goes just wide. It'd be huge if Rushmore could get that goal in the first minute of this third period. As it's going to be Seth Stock again from the blue line. Pass goes over for Kill Delzer, and Delzer will carry it in. Delzer from coming in. He'll dive towards the net. Brecker gets taken out, and we will have a whistle. And it will be, I believe, just a blown play dead, and we'll have a face-off.
Delzer came shooting across in front of Brecker.
I don't think he got tripped up, but also his purpose was not going to go in and try and hurt Brecker.
Right. No, there was a trip.
And 14 seconds to go, there's a one-time chance of a face-off that goes wide. And then knocked down by Seth Stock. Good play over. Walking it in. A pass over for Martin, a one-timer that goes wide. Here's Kel Delzer now. 2 seconds to go in the power play. So the Rushmore Thunder are 0 for 1 on the Pelican Power Sports power play. Richter came out of the penalty box. He gets the pass. Overskates the puck. And then it's played up for Stock as he'll play it forward. And then tipped by Delzer to the blue line. And here comes now the Brookings Rangers. Again, this is a third period where the Brookings Rangers lead 3-0. A minute and 4 seconds in. And the Rushmore Thunder have got to find a way to score here early on. And here's a chance, but Dawson Worth, a good play by Alex Rice because he was starting to lose the puck. Here comes Jeldon in. Jeldon trying to get around Merchant. Jeldon backhand pass to the front of the net. And then Jeldon tried a one-time chance that he missed. And back for Ryan Hipsack. When that puck came out free in front from Jeldon, all of a sudden Jeldon almost got the puck back the other side of the net. Pass goes over, and it's touched by Zeke Farley. And then Zeke Farley couldn't get towards the front of the net. Comes back for Farley. Shot gets blocked down, and the puck was somewhere that nobody could find until the Rangers were able to get it out of the zone. And then offside is called on Rushmore with 15-14 to go here in the third period.
Rushmore had a couple good chances on that power play coming right into this period and showed some good patience, got some good shots.
So here is going to be Alex Dietrich to go with a face-off in the neutral zone. That's played back for Alexander Petrato. Grady Olson now has it. And Olson fans on a pass attempt. The puck didn't go with him. Owen Schneider takes it. He'll circle in the near side corner. And they'll be played at the corner. And then a pass goes off of Wes Koenig. And then a backhander to the net. Comes out in front. And that one I don't think got through. That was a good look there from the Rangers, but they didn't score their fourth one. There's a shot towards the net. That one's off the stick of Alexander Petrato. And at the blue line, it's played back up for Miles Retzer. And Retzer will dump it in the zone. And back behind the nets, Ike Johnson. Johnson will play it around. And the Rangers will get it out. Wes Koenig. That one's dumped in by Koenig. He'll go off for a change. As Tyson Dunbar trying to play it up the boards. Miles Retzer couldn't get to it. Now here's played by Dietrich. Backhanded by Retzer out of the zone. And then off the skates of Breck Hershoff. And an offside is called with 14-15 to go here in the third period.
I'd like to say that there's a lot of time with 14-15 left in this period, but it takes a long time to score 3 goals against Brookings. You've said it in the second period, they need one quick.
Yeah, that's the thing is if you can get within one at some point here early on, and of course you got to score 2 goals to get within one, but you get within one, then all of a sudden everything kind of changes, and then you can wait for that final shot to tie the game up. But Tyson Dunbar has it, and Seth Stock now. I don't know if Seth Stock will leave the ice here in this third period. Here's Alec Humke. Humke will bring it in. He gets pushed off the puck. And here's now Mason Martin. Martin with a shot that gets blocked down and then flipped out of the zone. And racing after it, Hershoff. But the winning man to it was Tyson Dunbar. Back in his own end. He'll throw it back down the ice. Bouncing puck that settled down by the Rangers. And they'll backhand dump it in from Talon Richter. Stock will play it around the boards. Told you he's not going to come off anytime soon. There's a shot that gets blocked up high in the air, rolls off the boards, and then turned over. Jeldon trying to get a pass attempt. He gets knocked down, or excuse me, Struck got knocked down to his knees. He was trying to get it over to Jeldon, but he could not get it to him. And now back in the corner, it's Struck again. As a pair of 11s will battle behind the net. Dunbar, he'll win the battle of the pair of 11s. And now Dunbar for the Rushmore Thunder plays it up for Hipsack. But it played too far, and it will be an icing with 13:04 to go here in the third period. 21-16 in shots for the Brookings Rangers. 3-0 is our score with 13:04 left to go here in the state championship game. As the Rushmore Thunder have the puck. Here's Merchant from the defensive spot. He'll carry it in onside. Merchant from the face-off circle. That pass to the slot got broken up behind the net. And now to come back for Duncan Chisholm. His shot goes off the top of the glass, actually hit the netting, and it should be a offensive zone face-off to the left or right of Brecker. Where's it going to go?
Right.
No, it's going to come out.
It's going to come out of the zone. Everybody else thought it was going to go down there to the right.
Boy, maybe it didn't touch anything, but Duncan Chisholm, this is boys varsity hockey. I don't know how in the world he would shoot the puck that high to miss the net without being tipped by anything.
Right.
We'll have the referees talk about it.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're saying.
Yeah, it wasn't touched.
Let it go.
Yeah, they're going to let it go.
Well, it could be a thing that they didn't see it too.
Face-off is won by Ryan Hipsag, or taken by Ryan Hipsag off the face-off, and that shot went wide. And it'll be played back around for Caleb Merchant. And Merchant now will turn back from behind his own net to play it forward. But he'll circle back again. His pass goes to the far side of boards and then flipped into the bench near Coach Novak. And he had to duck out of the way. Brennan Hodge, the head coach, he was the coach of the year in the boys varsity state ranks. And he is trying to get his team to make a 3-0 comeback against the Brookings Rangers with 12:23 to go here in the third period.
And his dad played for the Boston Bruins?
His dad played for the Boston Bruins.
Ken Hodge.
Yeah, he was a line mate of Bobby Orr and Phil Esposito.
Not a great story?
That's a great story. That is fantastic. That Hodge family's got a lot of knowledge of hockey.
I was going to say, somewhere along the line, I would guess that they're pretty knowledgeable about hockey.
And he's a really nice guy too. Haven't had a whole lot of conversation with him, but he's been kind to me on when we've exchanged emails of lines and the such. And he's a guy that you like to talk to, even though he's an opposing coach to the team you're covering. As Miles Retzer, he's at the blue line. It'll be played out, and Seth Stock now has it. Stock will race in the zone off of his stick, but it'll come over for Stock. He'll whip one towards the net. That went wide. And out to the blue line. It's an offside, delayed offside, and a pass going forward, looking for Brett Kershaw just off of his stick. And then he's going to be thrown in the boards by Seth Stock. Puck got left on the boards, and then tangled up as Stock and Kershaw. Rector is over there to help out, and there's a huge check that Richter was not ready for, and he is very slow to get up. Here's a shot and a blocker save made by DeVries.
And he's going to get off the ice
as
quickly.
Dietrich was able to get it back behind the net. Seth Stock still on the ice. He'll play it across as this flipped up. I think Seth Stock will leave the ice now. They'll make a change. It's tipped in by Zach Struck. And Struck, that's off the boards. Played back by Delzer. And the top line here for the Rushmore Thunder is out. And Delzer trying to carry it in. He does carry it in, but him and Jeldon were all tangled up. And they both went spinning around on the far side. Mason Martin, he gets run into. Puck comes out of the zone, and it'll be played back in by Duncan Chisholm. 10:40 left to go here in the third period. Mason Martin with a shot from the sideboards. It'll be played all the way around and out of the zone by the Rangers again. There's a empty stick somewhere. Somebody lost their stick. Might even be a broken stick.
Broke.
I think it's.
I would say the handle of that stick, there's no there's no end to that stick. And it was pushed all the way down the other end. I don't even know whose stick it was that got broken. And it'll be taken off the ice. Played to the penalty box. There's another $300 out the window.
No longer serviceable.
Played back for Caleb Merchant.
Make a lamp out of it.
Here's Caleb Merchant over for Duncan Chisholm. And that pass goes over for now. Went off of a skate. Merchant again for Chisholm. And pass up for Hipsack. We'll tap it along. Honkamp, though, from his blue line. This pass goes back out of the zone. And Brookings is very content to continue just to play here without trying to score anymore. As Seth Stock will carry it in. They're just going to try and get the puck out of the zone as much as they possibly can. Seth Stock will turn with it. His pass comes in front. Brecker made the save. And then Hunter Walla got dumped in front of the net by Ike Johnson. And it's played back around for Seth Stock. And here is now Hunter Wallop over and behind the net. Pass comes in front. Hipsag was chipped up by Kate Brecker. Goes all the way down for an icing.
We are going to get a tripping call.
I think, or maybe it's going to be someone. Yeah, they're saying someone's got to go, so I think Brecker's going to get the penalty.
Oh, sure.
With 5:08 left to go.
It's going to be Kalbar, is that right?
Yep.
Cole.
Kalber.
He's going to sit for Brecker's penalty. It was a trip.
I'm not sure he has played much in this game, but typically he does.
So Brecker goes for a trip. He's going to be not in the penalty box, but with 9:10 to go, another Rushmore power play. A Pelican Power Sports power play that, again, they have to score on this power play. They cannot afford to not score on this with under 10 minutes left to go, under 9 minutes left to go in the third period. Here comes now Cale Delzer. And Delzer will dump it in the zone and around for Cade Brecker. Delzer will try and get it back to try and stuff it in. Then Brecker took the net off his moorings, trying to get back to the post. And we get a whistle with 8:43 left to go here in the third period. And again, we thank you to those that are watching the 949 screens that have the Actually, now over 950 screens have the state championship game on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. Each and every one of you, thank you for all the time that you've been watching. Here's Brett Hirschoff in, shorthanded. He scores! Hirschoff, another shorthanded goal. The second of the game for the Rangers, and they lead 4-0.
Well, that might be the dagger, boys.
Well, I think so.
Went right over the top of DeVries.
Brookings can smell it now.
Hirschoff's got his second of the game, the freshman, with those 2 goals. Has put Brookings up by 4 goals with 8:34 to play now.
Brookings chanting he's a freshman.
And he's a guy, as an 8th grader, was really good for Brookings last year. And as a freshman, he's been just as good. And he's only going to get better as the years go on.
He might be the next Max Jelvin.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows how to get it in the net.
As it'll be played across here for Hipsag. And Ryan Hipsag be played around. Ashton Whitty will play it up here for Duncan Chisholm. Chisholm with a shot. That one got blocked down. Here's now Caleb Merchant with it. And played across for Duncan Chisholm. Back again for Merchant. They'll play it up. Hipsag across for now Dawson Worth. And Worth brings it in. Still 40 seconds left to go in the power play. Here's Dawson Worth. There's a shot in front, and that got blocked down. It might have been off the teammates. Here's Dawson Worth with a shot that goes wide. And Dietrich now to be played around. And Dietrich couldn't get to the puck. It'll be played around the boards. And then hard check in the boards. No penalty called. That one looked pretty nasty. And there's a shot from Grady Olson that got blocked out. Back for Olson again. And that pass comes out of the zone as it was blocked up. 5 seconds to go in the power play. 7:10 left to go here in the 3rd period. That one's flipped up and out of the zone. Grady Olson, he'll turn with it. And Miles Retzer, he'll play it as it's going to be Brett Hirschoff to dump it back in. Back to 5-on-5. Kalbar came out of the net. Kalbar came out of the penalty box. Went across and now it's back to 5-on-5. 6:59 to go here in the 3rd period. A 4-0 Brookings lead. And it's not over yet. The Rangers can't expect to win this game still. I mean, they can't let their guard down. They can be expected to win the game, but they can't let their guard down now because here comes Mason Martin carrying it in. There's a backhand shot. That was actually Petrato. That goes in the net. Another puck out of play with 6:43 left to go here in the 3rd period.
22-19, Brookings leads with shots on goal. That's about the closest I've seen in about 2 years.
Yeah, shots on goal is pretty close.
So here is going to be Dietrich on the faceoff to the left of Cade Brecker. We played back around Dunbar. There's a shot that gets redirected wide from, that is number 21, Hayden Holick. There's a shot on and a save made for Cade Brecker. And here is back for Tyson Dunbar with 6:20 left to go here in the 3rd period. Played back around as Jameson Honkamp will have it. He'll swing it around the boards. And then Mason Martin coming in, finishing the check. And then delayed offside, but Dunbar will now have it. And here's Tyson Dunbar in. Dunbar with a shot that gets blocked down. Mason Martin will take the puck. Martin from the back end, behind the net. Martin trying to get a pass away. He'll still circle with it, and then lost it away, and then slashed down a man of Alec Rice, and he'll go to the penalty box for a slash.
Mason Martin was gliding along the blue line and got the puck stolen away from him. Rice poked it away.
Yeah, he's not happy with the penalty call, but that was a clear-cut slash against Mason Martin.
And actually, Mason Martin did have to slash because that would have given a breakaway.
With 5:49 to go, the 3rd power play upcoming for the Brookings Rangers. And if you are Rushmore, you want to try and turn things around like Brookings has done on the penalty kill. Scored 2 shorthanded goals. We saw 2 shorthanded goals in the same power play last game the Sioux Falls 2. That one a shot that gets blocked up. The Pelican Power Sports power play. With 5:30 to go here in the third period, another penalty's coming up. That one's going to be against the Rushmore Thunder again. That pass comes in front. There's a shot and a save made. Wes Kading is slow to get up. And it's still now Ashton Whitty. Brecker's left to the bench, and then it's finally covered up. And we'll see what the penalty is. There was no signal quite yet. If it's going to be a board, if it's going to be a rough, will be a 2 and a 10.
Trenton Peterson was the one down in the near corner. Got up pretty slow.
Just a rough.
It's going to be a rough.
To Duncan Chisholm.
Timeout Rangers.
With 5:18 left to go, it turns into 5-on-3 for a minute and a half.
Ooh.
Yeah, ooh is right.
That's a little scary. But look at the shots on goal. There's really not that big a differential, 3 goals.
No, typically it's like 25-10.
Yep.
Yeah.
38-9.
And that tells you the job that Brecker did.
Yes.
And, you know, when you look back at this is how fun the tournament is. You know, it's a 4-0 game, and people are probably hoping, if you're a fan of just hockey and not a fan of either team, if you're Brookings right now, you're loving every minute of it.
Oh, yeah.
If you're Rushmore, you hate it. And you probably, if you're a fan of hockey, you wish it would be rather closer of a game. However, this tournament has been really good. I mean, we were 25 seconds away from seeing the Rangers and the Capitals play in the state championship last night. Yep. And then a double overtime win for Rushmore got them in. And you could probably say the same for both the Capitals and Rushmore here today. That double overtime game hurts them in both these games. The fatigue,
absolutely. Yeah. The game before this one, we saw the Capitals a little bit fatigued. Yeah. Possibly that's what's going on here with Rushmore.
You know, the phrase ran out of gas. That's exactly what happened for the Hawaii Capitals. And I think that's what's happening here for the Rushmore Thunder. And
the most important stat, I think, is the Brookings has not given up a goal in the tournament.
Yeah, they might go all 3 games here without giving up a single goal.
And dating back to the last regular season game, that'd be 4 games in a row without getting up a goal.
Honkamp has it, 5-on-3 here for a minute and a half. There's a shot straight on, and DeVries outside the blue paint to make the save.
Max Gelton looks around like, how come that didn't go in?
Yeah.
And I mean, the way he walked it in, too. I mean, it's 5-on-3, and that shot from 5-on-3, the only benefit was that DeVries didn't have a whole lot of traffic in front of him. Here's Jeldon again. Jeldon, the pass goes over, and it'll come back for Jeldon. And the Rangers, they can take their time here. They got a long 5-on-3. Honkamp with a shot that goes high. The Rangers don't need it necessarily a goal. And if they can kill off even all these minutes, there's a pass comes across in front, and the Rangers can't get a shot away. But it wasn't cleared out of the zone, but it is inside the breezers.
Yeah.
We still haven't found it. Yeah, now we found it.
There we go.
That one, I believe that's going to be Town Richter, maybe. need the binoculars to see the number on the side of the jersey.
Every player on the ice, everybody stops because there's no puck.
And
it's in the breezers of a Brookings Ranger.
And it will come out of the zone. That was Logan Bortnum.
Yeah.
Oh, so now it comes out of the zone.
They talked about it, and it will come out of the zone here with 4:43 to go here in the state championship game. Under a minute left on the 5-on-3. Honkamp walks it in. Played over for Ike Johnson. Jeldon with a shot square on save, made the rebounds loose, and somewhere underneath Brady DeVries, he made the cover to get a whistle. And 4:30 is left here, and that was a good save there by DeVries.
He's played well.
He has played well.
Yeah.
You know, you think back to the goals that have been scored. It's been a shorthanded chance, but it's been an odd man chance, odd man rush for the Rangers for the majority of those 4 goals. And a power play goal that was scored by Jeldon.
If Brookings wins this game, they've beaten a good goalie.
As that was cleared all the way down here, 30 seconds left to go. Here on the man advantage, 2-man advantage for the Brookings Rangers. The pass goes over here for Tyson Dunbar. And Dunbar, he'll clear it back down again with 17 left to go on the 5-on-3. 4 minutes to play here in the state championship game. John Wickler alongside Jim Lloyd and Jeff Anderson. It's been a fun 22 games that we've called in the last 2 weekends. We're down the last 4 minutes unless there's a strong run here by the Rushmore Thunder. Pass goes across. It's now 5-on-4. There's a shot and a save made by DeVries. And then Jellin takes a high hit from Mason Martin, and he is down.
And that's going to draw a penalty.
And head contact, so Mason Martin's done for the game. And Mason Martin, that's going to be head contact at 2 and 10, so he's going to be heading to the showers.
He disagrees.
And
he's done.
Yeah, Martin was disagreeing with the penalty, but yeah, he will leave as Martin leaves the ice. On the 2 and the 10, that's called.
And Mason Martin, he's a senior.
Yep.
He's going to spend.
Tough way to wrap up your career.
Yep.
So it's still 5-on-3 now for 24 more seconds. And serving the penalty will be Parker Brandon for Rushmore. 3:42 left to go here in the third period. And the faceoff is won by the Rangers, by the Thunder, and they clear the zone. Alec Rice. Here comes now Trent Peterson back in the zone. Here's a shot to the net. They score again. It's redirected in front, and it's 5-0 with 3:22 to go. And Brookings feels it.
That's Talon Richter with a redirect right in front.
That'll be Richter's first of the game. The second power play goal here for the Brookings Rangers.
And then the Brookings faithful are liking this one. Pretty good crowd for the Rangers. Also a good crowd for Rushmore. They came a long ways.
So it's still 5-on-4 for a minute 40. That was a 5 scored by the Brookings Rangers. Caleb Merchant back in his own end. Rice gets the assist. 3 minutes to play here in the state championship. 5-0 lead for the Brookings Rangers over the Rushmore Thunder. Carried in. That shot goes wide. Can you believe that if the Rangers score again here on the power play, we go to run time for the last 2:40 in the state championship game? That hit the Zamboni doors, and that bounced all the way back out. And it'll be West Canyon to dump it back in. This has been a fun season for the entire state. As here comes now Caleb Merchant in, and he gets hip checked off the puck. And the Brookings faithful loves a big hit. Seth Stock will turn with it. Seth Stock will carry it in shorthanded. That shot gets blocked down by Mike Johnson. Another chance gets blocked down by Mike Johnson. And then it's turned over, and here comes Jeldon again. Jeldon carries in. Jeldon with a shot and a save made by DeVries. And a whistle with 2:02 left to go. You know, this has been a year that was kind of in doubt for a while. We thought at the time when the last state tournament was canceled that COVID would be done by then. We'll be good. We'll be good when we get back. But then as things kept going forward, you go, okay, we want to have a season. We want to play. And we got to play. And we got to get to this point. And we got 366 days later, we get to crown our next state champion that we should have crowned last year.
Yep.
Been 2 years since we've had a state champion. And Sioux Falls, who had the opportunity to host the state tournament last year, got through 2 games. And now we've played all 11 here with just 2:02 left to go. And I can't tell you how happy I am to be at this moment at the end of the state tournament. I don't wish we were still playing, but the fact that we made it to this moment.
And we got it in.
Yeah, that we've got it in. Everybody hopefully doesn't take a breath, but soaks in the fun that we've had all season long. To the Hawaii Capitals fans that are still listening, I've loved every minute of covering the season because you didn't know what the season was going to be. Here comes a penalty coming up on Brookings with 1:35 to go. That'll give Rushmore another power play opportunity. But you just didn't know especially for all these seniors. I hope all of them enjoyed every single moment of this season, whether the good and the bad. to look back and say, we got a chance to play where a lot of states didn't get a chance to play. We got a chance to play hockey.
We did.
We're one of the few lucky ones in the entire country that got a chance to play a full season with not too many limitations, not too many canceled games. That's something special that I think a lot of people hopefully don't take for granted, and hope we don't take for granted again. Because I definitely didn't take this state tournament for granted. As Jeldon took a penalty with a cross check, and 1:20 left to go here in the state championship. The Rangers last won in 2017. The Rushmore Thunder won in 2018. That shot went off the cage of Brecker. And it'll be played back Duncan Chisholm.
It seems like Brookings has dominated, and yet really they haven't won in 4 years.
Yeah. You know, you throw COVID in there, but yeah. Sioux Falls had won 2 years ago. Or excuse me, 3 years ago. Rushmore won 3 years ago. Sioux Falls won 2 years ago. Last year got canceled. And the Rangers, who had won 4 years ago, are 45 seconds away from winning the state championship. And to kind of take a little bit from Doc Emmerich, it's fun to see the guys realizing that they're going to be a champion here on the bench, because it's with 30 seconds left to play. They know that they're going to win the state championship, and they're all standing up there on the bench. As this comes out of the zone, comes back in. Seth Stock with a shot, didn't get it on net. Actually did get on net. Brecker made another save. 17 seconds left to go. It's cleared down one more time. And the Brookings Rangers have all got their helmets unhinged. They're ready to throw it in celebration. Down to 5 seconds. For the first time since 2017, the Brookings Rangers are state champions of South Dakota.
And the pile ensues, a big pile ensues. Every player is on top of Brecker right now, the whole team.
3 straight shutouts for a state championship for the Brookings Rangers.
Coaches meet at the red line, going to shake hands.
We won't take our break until the trophy has been delivered to the Brookings Rangers. And keep it here. And boy, the crowd mic's got to be turned down a little bit so we can still talk over the amount of cheers that the Brookings Rangers student section has.
The team goes over and celebrates right in front of the students. There was a big crowd. The whole weekend and all season, they draw a big crowd. Their students are a big part of this team.
Max Jeldon scored the first goal of the game that proved to be the game winner in the power play late in the first period. Breck Hershoff and Ashton Whitty scored an even strength and shorthanded goal in the second period. And then the 2 third period goals, a shorthanded goal for Hershoff and a power play goal for Talon Richter. And the Brookings Rangers win 5-0, out shooting the Rushmore Thunder 29-22. And they'll get the team picture, it looks like, maybe before even they get the trophy handed to them. We'll let the PA take over here at some point when they're going to get the trophy handed to them.
There's no cameraman.
It's all the way across the other end. You got to zoom in a little bit, but you can see on the Jumbotron, and also if you're watching on Capital City Rock Sports.
Different than any other arena you go to, nobody's allowed on the ice. So it's just the players, coaches, referees.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different.
First, we'd like to congratulate our second-place team on a great season and a second-place championship. Let's hear it for the Rushmore Thunder. And we can please have the captain over to accept the trophy. One more time, folks, let's hear it for the Rushmore Thunder.
Seth Stock, the guy to get the trophy, the second place trophy for the Rushmore Thunder.
Could each player come up as we announce your name? Number 2, Wes Cunningham. Number 5, Ashton Whitty. Number 6, Jameson Hunter. Number 9, Alex Rice. Number 12, Cole Calvert. Number 13, Trenton Peterson. Number 17, Max Kelvin. Number 19, Ike Johnson. Number 20, Tyler Richter. Number 21, Mark Hershaw. Number 23, Jack Merritt. Number 25, Hayden Guttormson. Number 26, Jacob Drew. Number 27, Logan Borman. Number 29, Isaac Schulte. Number 36, Brody Powers. Number 39, Cade Brecker. Number 88, Owen Schneider. And our head coach, Justin Kirkable. As well as assistant coaches, Tommy Howland, Aaron Harswood, and Cody Monta. For the presentation of the state championship trophies, could we please get our team captains up to accept these? From the state board president, Randy Huckham, and executive director, Jenny Worthless.
And the team piles in to get the Bergman Trophy. And the one that wasn't passed out last year due to COVID-19 has been handed to Brookings Rangers.
A couple of Rushmore players stay out.
I think they continue to watch that celebration, that what could have been. But the Brookings Rangers win it 5-0.
I want to know if they'll ever get their sticks and their gloves and hats back.
I think they'll get those back in the right spot to everybody that needs to be. But that's one that they're probably okay to have. The Brookings Rangers win 5-0 here in the state championship. We'll take one more break. We'll come back and wrap up the entire state tournament, the entire last 2 weekends. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock, CapitalCityRock.com. On at 1480 KSDR, on KVRK in Brookings, and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Hello, hockey fans. First National Bank is excited to sponsor the 2021 Varsity Hockey State Tournament. Good luck to all the talented players, and a special shout out to our hometown team, the Hawaii Capitals. At First National Bank, we're always on your team and ready with the assist to reach your financial goals. Check us out at firstnationalbanks.com or at First National BNK on Facebook. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
The frigid air of winter and the blistering heat of summer can really put a dent into your pocketbook. The gang at Weatherall Roofing and Insulation in Pierce say, just foam it. Saving money on your energy bills is what it's all about with Weatherall Roofing and Insulation. Let Weatherall Roofing and Insulation help you save money with their custom spray foam or blow-in fiberglass insulation. Call 224-7982 for a free estimate. And remember, just foam it.
Drop that puck! Drop that puck! Drop that puck! Hey, hockey fans, before or after the game, come on out to Grey Goose Store and Social Club. Dine in, carry out, stop by for refreshments, fill up your tank with quality fuel. We've got it all at Grey Goose Store and Social Club, just off of Grey Goose Road, behind the red line of the capital city. Go Capitals! When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories. When you're looking for quality trash pickup services, look no further than Envirotech. 6 days a week, their trucks are on the road picking up trash, even holidays. They're also the place to contact for recycling services. Their friendly, professional staff is ready to assist with weekly pickups or even special pickups. Check out the website at envirotechwaste.com. Envirotech is locally operated. Call 224-4804. Envirotech Waste Services in Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
We are back here at the Denny Sanford Premier Center as the Brookings Rangers. They beat the Rushmore Thunder 5-0 to win the state championship here at the Denny Sanford Premier Center. A fun weekend that finishes out here at the Denny as the players they're celebrating with the Bergman Cup. Didn't handle out so well as it is. A fun weekend that comes to a close. I hate that this is over, guys.
Oh,
I really do hate that this is over.
It is. It's the end of the hockey season, and you look forward to it all year long, and when you blink, it's over.
Yeah. Exactly. It's been fun, guys.
Yeah, 22 games that we've done here the last 2 weekends, and I appreciate you guys doing those 3 games on that Saturday that I had to go down and call the Pierre Governor basketball game. That was I appreciate that very much from you guys, because we had to be in communication with my board op back at the station, and Spencer Kelly and Jake Mayer and Ray Lewis, all the guys and girls that have helped me out over the year of hockey has been fantastic. Been great board ops, and thank everybody back in the station, and thank to Tara as well for being able to allow me to be able to do this. Spend 2 weekends in Watertown and in Sioux Falls. It's been a great 2 weekends. And like I said, I don't want this to be over yet.
Yeah,
Can we play another game?
We actually alerted the Highway Patrol to not let you get back to Watertown last weekend, but they did. So we had every intention of just finishing out the tournament and not letting you come back.
Well, yeah, and if you're traveling right now, I've got a couple of text messages saying that if you're, especially for the Pierre area, because I'm on Capital City Rock right now as well. If you're traveling around the Pierre area, it sounds like the roads are getting pretty bad and probably getting worse throughout the night. So please be careful if you're traveling. You guys be careful when you travel back home.
Yep, you too.
Everybody needs to be safe when they travel back, because it's been a fun weekend, but we want to be able to enjoy this weekend and think about this weekend for years to come. Because, again, the COVID year, I said it when the Pierre Governors won the state championship in football, that it is so much fun to be able to get to the finish line, because you didn't really know if you were or not. You didn't want the season to go away from you, but when you got to that point, to soak it all in and to enjoy the fact that we were able to play the fall sports, and now the winter sports will all wrap up with basketball ending next weekend with the boys' state tournaments. You've got to enjoy it and not take for granted what all we've accomplished here, and I'm not saying the 3 of us, I'm saying over the entire state of being able to play hockey.
Well, you can thank the South Dakota Amateur Hockey Association for pulling this all off. They did a great job. You can thank, of course, the South Dakota, what else am I looking for here?
The High School Activities Association?
Activities Association for pulling it all off. You can actually thank the governor for keeping our state open.
Yep. I think you just want to shout out from Chrissy Nome at some
Not
point.
really,
okay.
but I mean, it starts at the top and it goes all the way down. And we had one of the few states that had the guts to keep it open this whole time.
Yeah, And we do have to be fortunate that because not everybody got to do this.
Yeah.
They didn't get to play hockey. They didn't get to play sports. They didn't get to do a lot of things, not just sports. A lot of things they didn't get to do.
Yeah,
exactly.
And to say, Jeff's fired up after the tournament's over. We're all trying to come down here, and Jeff's getting fired up again. But that is a huge thing. Is that
a lot of people pull this all off?
Yeah, and we were lucky enough. We're one of the lucky ones in the country that had a chance, and hopefully everybody took appreciation of the fact that we had a state tournament here. We had all 8 teams come to Sioux Falls. Obviously, 2 of the teams were from Sioux Falls, but 8 teams come here to the Iceplex. They worked their butt off to make sure that everybody was able to get in and out the Iceplex and to try and make the limitations, make everything work, and then to come here at the Denny Sanford Premier Center where you could watch all 3 games if you wanted to. You didn't have to come here just for your own team. At least that's what it sounds like. We came into every game. It didn't matter for us. We were there all the time. But we got a chance to do it, and we got a chance to have this state tournament. And I know there's 3 teams that left today with losses to end their season. There's only 3 teams that won their final game of the season that will drive away with some happy thoughts. But everybody should be happy and everybody should be proud of what happened here in this 2020-2021 season.
Exactly. Yep. Takes a lot of people. And, of course, big thanks to the people over at the Iceplex. They did a great job helping us. People here.
In Watertown last weekend, there was people taking care of us.
Yeah, it takes a lot of people to put on a tournament like that. And thank all the people in Watertown for helping last week.
Want to give a big shout out here to the Denny Sanford workers, and especially ones that got us on to the live stream and to be able to make this happen. Thank you all to those guys that have done a great job. Bill, Hayden, I know I'm missing names that I've been told just before, but thank you to everybody that has helped out to make sure that we had a successful live stream here this weekend, and especially here at the Denny Sanford Premier Center, and made our jobs really easy here today. Our jobs were as easy as it comes because they worked hard to make it happen. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart to make that happen here today. And we'll try and get you out of here soon. So we'll wrap things up. It was a 5-0 win for the Brookings Rangers. It was Max Jeldon. They got a goal with 1:46 to go on the power play to make it 1-0. Breck Hershoff made it 2-0, and then it was 3-0 by Ashton Whitty, a shorthanded goal that ended the second period. And then Hershoff and Richter scored in the third period, a shorthanded and a power play goal to win it 5-0 over the Rushmore Thunder. They win 29-22 in shot advantage. They win 5-0. They claim their first state championships in 2017, and it was a fun ride to get to this point. I hate that it comes to an end, but also thank you to you guys, too. You guys have done a fantastic job. You missed your Minnesota Gopher game. The Gophers won today. So Jeff's going to leave here a happy man, too.
Yes.
But, again, thanks to you, Jim Lloyd. Thanks to you, Jeff Anderson, for helping me out, for being my broadcast colleagues here and calling games with me. It's been a lot of fun for the last 2 weekends.
It has been, and thank you, John, for being our friend.
Yeah.
And we have become friends, and we have a friend in Pierre for a long time. And thank you for Capital City Rocks for taking Jeff and I along and taking a chance on 2 guys from Watertown.
The lead weight.
But it's been a lot of fun, and John, thank you for all you do and bringing us along.
So we have wrapped up 22 games in the last 2 weekends, and we wrapped up here at the Denny Sanford. The 3 winners today: Sioux Falls won 5-2 in the Constellation Championship. And then it was Sioux Falls 2 that won. I should say Sioux Falls 1 won the 5th place game. I don't know if I said that right. But Sioux Falls 2 ended up winning the 3rd place game 7-6 over the Hawaii Capitals, and a 5-0 shutout win for the Brookings Rangers, who did not allow a goal in the state tournament this year. They beat the Rushmore Thunder, and they win 5-0 to claim their first title since 2017. That wraps it up here from the Denny Sanford Premier Center. Thanks to Jacob Mayer back at the station in Pierre. Also thanks to, I believe, Kurt Crawford. Is he back at the station in Watertown? Then thanks to Kurt Crawford. Thanks to everybody here at the Denny Sanford Premier Center that has helped us out today. And we bid you adieu as the state champions, the Brookings Rangers. They win 5-0 over the Rushmore Thunder as we say so long from the Denny Sanford Premier Center.
You've been listening to the 2021 Boys State Hockey Tournament. State Hockey Tournament coverage is brought to you by First National Bank, Envirotech, Taco John's, and Xander Auto Parts. State Tournament Hockey is also brought to you by Fisher Rounds, Kubota, Dakota Land, The Clubhouse in Pierre, Weatherall, and Hermanson Endodontics. State Tournament Hockey is also brought to you by Owyhee Federal Credit Union, Fastenal, Tickled Pink, the Shields Iceplex, Midwest Hockey TV, and Grey Goose Store and Social Club. And also by Leisure Palace Pools and Spa, Reliabank, Pelican Power Sports, Pizza Ranch, and Sunmasters. Your home for the Owyhee Capitals is Capital City Rock and CapitalCityRock.com. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports, Central South Dakota's sports leader.